Well, well, well. Mohammed, first thing you do is come in here and get booted. Well, welcome and have a good day, sir. Thank you for stopping by to say hello. Milky Way Candy Bar, in and good evening. Good evening, in and out, in and out, in and out. He's probably out already. I want to know what the hell is going on with this software. It is unbelievable. All the type of problems that I have encountered with this software. Not sure why it's doing that. Let me see if I have more people coming in looking at this. Yeah, I see that. Okay. There's my coyote. Welcome back. Man, I'm telling you, brother. Um, it's tough, man. It's tough, very tough out there. Um, I don't know. I don't know what. I'll tell you what. As we get more people in here, we're gonna do a prayer. I really think we need to do a prayer. Yeah, we're having a lot of problems today. People don't want to pay attention, but we need to make sure that we do what we can to protect this country, man, from evil people that want this country to not succeed. I'm gonna tell you that right now, man. Um, you know, that moron, F. Dennis, the guy that just created that username just to insult me. I'm gonna tell you guys, if we don't get enough people behind the movement to be able to um, protect this country, we're going to lose it. We are going to lose it. And I am afraid that there's nothing that we can do about it. I'm going to tell you right now, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. Um, Iran is not winning. I mean, the Iranian people are, but not the regime. I hope you're on the right side of Iran. Um, yeah, lots of prayer. Let's wait for till we get more people in here, and we will go ahead and continue. I am going to permanently remove quite a few people that decide to be very negative on my chat. Let me just say that. I don't have patience today for stupidity, and I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm very pissed off right now. I am very pissed off right now, and it's one of those things to where we need to check ourselves because we don't want to lose ourselves with crazy anger. Let your anger be always righteous. What I'm seeing across the country, mind you, there is millions of illegal immigrants in this country that of course are going to go out there and protest no kings. What I really want to understand from the left is, why do you come at us as if we are being unconstitutional? Why do you come at us and tell us that we're destroying democracy? What is the end game? What is the end game? I'm trying to not insult Democrats in general, but those who support this no king bullshit, I just don't get it. I don't get it. It is a sad Saturday for me. It really is. And of course, we're not going to let the devil win. We're going to continue to fight. And they can win the battles. They can win some battles, but the war has already won. And Jesus Christ is the Lord. And He's our King. A new person running for governor of Minnesota couldn't say the words She says, we don't want no king. The only king we have, she says, is the law. But even that they don't respect. They protect illegal immigrants, criminals. And I can't believe that there is a lot of Americans that truly believe that and support it. Wow, I don't know, man. It's just, it's tough. It's tough. And what do you do? What can you do? What can you do? Let's say we separate church from state, which it should. But let's say we forget about God completely. That's a Marxist idea, by the way. Let's say that we just don't care about God. How are you going to know what's good and what's bad? The Constitution was written under God. So there's not really a complete separation of the church and government. See, people like Rob Dansmore, you're sad. You're really sad. I'm telling you right now, anybody that says that F Trump, F ICE, I have no respect for you at all. Zero. It's sad to see that I know that the devil is out there to seek and destroy. And to see that this state has hundreds of thousands of Christians and we don't hear one peep. I don't hear it. I don't hear one peep out of any Christians here in Washington State. I know a lot of people says don't bring politics into church. But the evil ones do. The evil ones bring evil to church. What the hell? Hold on, give me a second. I was watching the news on my TV, and it just turned into something else, and it turned the volume up. Yeah, going down. That's true that you are going down. Just one less God, he says. I don't know, guys. If you live in a red state, fantastic. But here, living in a blue state, it is very discouraging. I tell you, I hear positive, good news. You know, there is some people willing to fight, but it's a very big burden. It's a very big burden. The corrupted governor here in Washington State posted something fake news, something that we already knew, something that was already being accomplished by somebody else. And says, oh, we're happy to put the light rail here and blah, blah, blah. And now we are off to the No Kings protest. And yet the same Satan, the same Lucifer that he is, the same Antichrist that he is, goes to a No Kings protest. And yet he keeps raising taxes like a corrupted king against Washingtonians. The majority of the people are activists in government. Of course, they're all Democrats. The people are giving up. Roberto, do you want this country to fail? Floyd, you want this country to fail? Yeah. You know, the fact that a lot of people are watching this No Kings protest. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know where I should be on that. Um, as you guys saw me where I going through downtown Everett, I don't think that's a big deal. There's not that many people, but the message is there, and I'm trying to find a way to. I'm trying to find a way to fight to preserve the Constitution of this country, to protect the laws of this country. And I don't want to go to the dark side. I don't want to go to the dark side. Yes, I know, Roberto, and most of them are illegal immigrants. But that's not what I asked you. I said, do you want America to fail? If we don't protect our borders, if we just think that we have to be humanitarian, if you are illegal here, my friend, I get it. But I'm going to tell you what you're building up. I'm trying to be a very nice guy. But I'm going to tell you what you guys are building up. You guys are building up a lot of hate against illegal immigrants. I want to help, and I want to help those who come here legally, and I want them to continue to do this and that. But you guys are making it very, very hard to love you. You're making it very, very hard to try to make a diplomacy move. For a while now, I've been hearing on Civil War II. I'm telling you, you don't want that. You don't want that. This government that we have here in Washington State, every day they fight to find an excuse to take away our Second Amendment right. There's a heavy cloud of darkness that I feel upon the Washington State. You may be here, maybe you're not. You know what? Let me read to you what I put on my bio on my Facebook page. And I'm telling you right now, my heart is broken. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to lie. My heart is broken to see how many cowards we have in this country. And the worst thing is that these cowards are the whiniest, the weakest people in America. And they allow our enemies to abuse us. They welcome our enemies to try to destroy us. They come into my channel here and threaten to kick my ass. Good luck. Threaten to kill me. That's probably doable. For what? For speaking the truth? For you not understanding why we have to do what we got to do in Iran? Why we got to fight alongside Israel? You guys don't understand why we got to do those things? Hello there, and thank you for visiting my page. My name is Dennis Herrera, and I am a migrant that came from Honduras, became a resident. After 2.5 decades, I became an American citizen. I love Washington State and all the people in it. I see the natural beauty that we have in this state. The mountains, the rivers, the lakes. In the summertime, downtown Seattle was the place to go and visit down by the pier and other parks around the lakes. Because I never wanted to be involved in politics, I never said anything. But I came to realize that by staying quiet and just hoping that somebody else would fight for the people and would take charge of helping Washington State become the greatest state for all Washingtonians, I realized that that is not the way that we can make a change. So today, I say unofficially that I will be putting my name on the ballot to run for governor of Washington State. And I will make sure that I fight for all people, for everybody has rights. Not one social class, not one color, not one gender, not one ethnicity has more rights than any other American citizen in our country. And according to the Constitution, we need to look for our benefits, for the benefits of our people, and the legal immigrants should not be put first before any American citizen. So, can I say we're winning? Doesn't feel like it in Washington State. Not because of what Trump is doing. That we're winning. We are winning. Trump is winning. But Washington State and every other blue state is losing. And it's very clear that the number one reason by blue states, the reason why they're losing is because people want to separate more and more and more from God. The cycle repeats. History has taught us. We thought by now we can make sense of things. The lies of the devil, they just get repeated over and over and over. So what is the solution? Well, I can tell you this. I will continue. I will go ahead and pay the price to put my name on the ballot for governor of Washington State. And I will fight with my voice, with my will, as long as I can. But I can tell you one thing, that after we're done running, if Washington State, if the majority of the people want to continue going on the path that they're going, I will have two options. The first one, I will call to invoke our Second Amendment right against the government here in Washington State. The second one, I will step down and just go live my life happy with my family. I'd rather the latter. But if things get really bad over here, that Second Amendment right will be invoked against the government. There is thousands and hundreds of thousands of conservatives that have had it with the corruption of this government. And I keep pushing for peace. I keep pushing to fight with our rights, with our voice. And it just seems that the only way to come out of this is to take out the people who are stopping us from securing our state. And that's going to be a very sad day for Washington State. And it's not going to happen just here, but it will happen all over the United States of America, and then the world will automatically jump into a third world war. World War III. That's what you evil motherfuckers want. That's what you evil bastards want. That's what you're asking for. I got you. I hope that God gives me something better. Manuel Correa, if I see your face right now, I don't want to see your face. I'm telling you that right now. I'm going to remove you from my chat. If I see you, bro, face to face, you don't want that. You do not want that. It pisses me off that we care so much and we fight so much for these retards. They don't even appreciate it. Bye, Marty. You know, I wish that I didn't care about people. Bye, Monkey. Who else wants to go? Okay, you're next. Okay, get out of my chat. Who else wants to leave? Who else wants to leave? Who else wants to leave? Anybody else? Right. Let me know. If anybody else wants to leave, let me know. I will be happy to oblige and remove your sorry ass from my chat. You have to understand, I am brokenhearted to see all the evil that is happening in my state. And you don't know how bad I can be. I can be really bad. And I give thanks to God that He doesn't allow me to get to that place. But these people that come in here and calling us cowards and all this other stuff, they don't even know who the hell they're talking to. So I'll tell you what. I need you to pray for me. I need you to pray for me, and I need to snap out of it. I need to snap out of it. I need to snap out of it. That way we can have our show, okay? Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this on my chest. Padre Santo que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga tu reino, Señor. Hágase tu voluntad aquí en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos el pan de cada día hoy, Señor. Líbranos del mal y no nos dejes caer en tentación. Gracias por tu amor y tu misericordia. Gracias por tu sabiduría, gracias por tu Espíritu Santo. Este es tu templo, Señor. Haz con él lo que tú quieras. Perdona mis pecados, como yo perdono a aquellos que pecan contra mí, Señor. Dame sabiduría, Padre, para hacer tu voluntad. Yo me niego para que tú seas. Yo me hago chiquito para que tú crezcas. Gracias, Señor Jesucristo, por el sacrificio de dar tu vida para que yo pueda ser salvo, Padre. Gracias, Jesucristo. Tú eres el Rey de Reyes, el Señor de Señores. Y hoy te pido, Espíritu Santo, que pongas gozo en mi corazón y que mi enojo sea enojo justo y que siempre hable la verdad y que siempre sea justicia la que se sirva al pueblo. Padre, te pido que cubras al presidente Trump, su administración. Protege este país de los Estados Unidos contra aquellos que quieran dañarlo, fuera y dentro de esta nación. Danos la fuerza, Señor, para seguir adelante. Ayúdanos a echar el mal fuera de nuestras vidas, fuera de nuestro país. Cúbrenos, Señor, con tu sangre. En el nombre de Cristo Jesús, protege a Israel. Protege a aquellas personas inocentes en Irán. Danos la victoria, Señor, en el nombre de Cristo Jesús. Solo tú eres santo, santo, santo. Toda la honra y toda la gloria y todo el poder es tuyo por los siglos de los siglos de los siglos, Señor. Que se haga tu voluntad, que así sea. Amén. Thank you, Wayne. It's tough. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to try to guide my anger in the right way. It's always very, very hard to see the storm coming at you and feel like you're not prepared to handle the storm. Thank you, sis. God bless you, Tanya. I love you. You know, you don't understand how much I appreciate you guys' love and prayers for me. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tanya. God bless you, sis. I pray that Jesus puts his hands on you, Dennis, and encourage you. To move forward. I pray that he protects you and your family. We're all on this together. Amen. I appreciate it. Thank you, sis. Appreciate you. How do I tell people, man? How do we show people that everything that we say, even if it sounds harsh, even if it sounds like we're just, these hateful people, by trying to protect our country, how do you get over this? I'm a migrant that comes to this country, hated for respecting the law. Alligator tears. Fuck you, Shane. I will not hold my tongue today. I don't got patience for these demons. And I will use their language. You know what? These tears are not for you, assholes. These tears are for those innocent people, man, that have to pay the price for stupid assholes like you that don't want to do anything to protect this country. The people that want to say, you don't have experience about this, so you have nothing to say. Is that right? Who's more experienced than a migrant that comes to this country that has the same history that the United States of America has? I show my love for everybody. If we do good in this country, all of you stupid motherfuckers out there that are against us will also benefit. Judge me for my bad words. Judge me for my soft heart. Judge me because of my tears. You should be grateful that we're not criminals. You should be grateful that we're not violent. You should be grateful that God has control of my life. Thank you for praying for me. And continue to pray for me. I hope that I can control my tongue more. God, this life is going to suck. Cool Cat Renee, how are you, brother? Do all true American patriots, we need your help. Now we need to elect Dennis for governor of the state of Washington. We need your help. Cool Cat, man, if they can only hear you, brother. Damn if you do and damn if you don't, right? I'm glad that I have you guys. I really do. And people confuse that with fans. No, you're not my fans. I'm glad that I have you as patriots that love this country. I'm telling you, the reason why I get emotional is because we're such ungrateful creatures. You know that? We're so ungrateful. I'm going to put a video together for you guys. And it's going to be part of my campaign. Listen, I know it takes millions of dollars for people to run campaign and try to be somewhat successful. Why? Because you got to buy signs and you got to pay people off. This is what they do on the left. Well, I don't have to spend a couple $100,000 on advertising. I'll tell you that right now. I don't need to pay thousands of dollars for somebody to make a video for me. I know how to do that myself. I am going to show you why my heart breaks for Washington State. We have the rivers, as I mentioned on my little bio that I put on Facebook, which I had to go change, by the way. There's some grammar errors there. The rivers are amazing. When you go to the mountains and you get away from the city, there is this peace. There is this silence that comes upon you. And the chirping of the birds. And the sound of the thundering waters. It's so beautiful. You can go in the winter and see the snow on the beautiful green mountains. You can go in the summer and enjoy a pleasant walk. So beautiful. Creation of God is amazing. And we are so ungrateful. If you take the time, you go and find hidden lakes of emerald colors. Beautiful. You go to the ocean. Washington State is such an amazing state. You go towards eastern Washington and you get to see some desert. You see the big farms, green fields, small towns that need love, that need to be protected. And nobody cares. Everybody is selfish and only want what they want to have in life. They don't care about blessing others. They don't care about helping others. I hope that there is more Listen, I before I started doing this channel, I was getting very depressed because I see all the bad things that are happening here in Washington State. And there is nothing, there ain't shit that we can do about it. And then I started doing this YouTube thing out of trying to find a way that I can let it off my chest, you know? And then I met people like Trinity, which I haven't heard from her for a while. And I met other people that still believe in God, that still wanted to do something to protect this country. And I've gone on this path of trying to get out there and tell the truth. And it doesn't matter how much I fight to try to defend this country. It just seems so overwhelmingly evil that it seems like we can't do anything about it. And I trust it. I trust in God 100%. I do. But I just know what's going to happen to the people. I know what's going to happen to the state. And you find this heavy burden that doesn't even belong to me. But I have this heavy heart. Like, who gives a shit? I should listen to these leftards. Maybe I should go back to Honduras. I will have a better life. Believe it or not, on a third world country, I can have a better life in a third world country. And yet I have the burden to be here and try to do something. And I'm sorry if I just get all like personal and let you see my weak side, right? Because I do get emotional. I have a heart for people. But to see so many evil people on the street, guys, it's overwhelming. There's a lot of evil out there. God help us. Thank you, business. Dosito, what's going on, brother? How are you? I'm sorry, man. I don't know why the hell I get all. Who cares? I shouldn't give a shit about anything that's happening. I should just turn a blind eye and just move on, you know? I know that's what the devil wants, but shit, what can I do if the people don't want to help themselves? So anyway, I'm gonna continue to trust God. I'm gonna put my name on that ballot, and I'm gonna fight for what's right. You know, if I give up on this, I'm not going to fail myself. I'm not going to fail God. But I will fail my children. And I will fail those who do believe. Verily, but they still believe that something good can happen in our country. I watched all this streaming of encouragement and this and that, and I can tell you after 8 months of doing this channel, hearing all the negative and hateful and evil attacks from people over and over, and I've been able to play it off and fight it off and whatever. Sometimes the message of hope just doesn't feel like it does any justice. Thank you guys, man. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for being with me. This is not why I came live. I came here to play it off and try to be tough. Try to be tough. We know what comes to mind. It's the stupid people that call in and ask me if I serve. They say that courage is not the absence of fear, but it's actually the overcoming of that fear that makes you courageous. I will never, ever be a victim. Don't confuse my broken heart for playing the victim card. I'm crying because I know the guy that I don't want to be. It's really bad. Through my whole life, I have encountered people that jump in my face and trying to put me down. They think they're tough and I end up breaking their face. I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. These evil motherfuckers that come into my channel, they've really taken all my patience away. I need to get my patience back. I really need my patience back. Because I have very little. But I need it back. I need it back. I tell you what, why don't we watch a video? Why don't we watch a video? Let me find a video here. This is 14-year-old DJ Daniel is sworn in and delivers remarks at CPAC. Maybe I need to hear this. Why don't we watch this? Let's watch it together. Well, I make some coffee. Maybe coffee will bring my spirits back.
It's amazing.
Isn't my wife beautiful? Come on.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
We've reached that point in CPAC where we're almost at complete spiritual and mental exhaustion. But we're going to hang in there because we have something really special to do. And I'm supposed to have a teleprompter that isn't working.
You might have to improvise, Schlapp.
So, Mercy, what do you
very
have?
good
Here we go. Okay, should we start over again? No, that's right. Okay, so do y'all like law enforcement? Do you think we should fully fund ICE? Does CPAC back the blue?
Yes.
All right, so this is the right time. Before we go any further, we want to recognize and thank those who have kept us safe, not only for years, but over the last few days. Local, state, and federal law enforcement officers who have been doing their duty right here in Grapevine, Texas.
That's right. Yes.
There we go.
And this year, especially their service, sacrifice, and professionalism, it deserves our gratitude, and now more than ever, our law enforcement, they need our support.
Come on, CPAC, put your hands together. Welcome to the stage. Grapevine Chief of Police Mike Hamlin and Deputy Chief of Police Mark Shimmick.
Come on this way.
Good afternoon, everyone. And on behalf of the City of Grapevine, the Grapevine Police Department, welcome to Grapevine, Texas, and the great state of Texas. For the past 6 months, our department has been working closely with the CPAC team, our state, our local, and our federal law enforcement partners to ensure a safe and secure event for this community and for everyone here today and this week. Now, it has truly been an all-hands-on-deck effort, and we are proud to serve, we are proud to protect, and we are proud to help make this conference safe and successful. Now, but looking at this team behind me, I think we need one more person to help make it complete. And that's not just any person. Someone with courage, someone with heart, and someone with a serious commitment to service. So today it is my honor to welcome a very special guest. Please welcome our SWAT team, accompanied by DJ Daniel and his dad.
It is every day. Wait, what am I supposed to be saying?
Slide over here. DJ. Step over here.
DJ, 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 DJ. Woo!
Now, folks, we're fixing to swear DJ in.
Let's go.
So, DJ, if you'll turn and raise your right hand, and if you'll repeat after me, and I'm going to go slow, my friend.
Yes, sir.
I, DJ Daniel,
I, DJ Daniel,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the office
of the office
of police officer
of police officer
of the state of Texas
of the state of Texas
and will,
and
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of the state of Texas.
and the state of Texas.
So help me God.
So help me God. Hey, Chief,
Congratulations.
I got a question.
Ladies and gentlemen, Honorary Officer DJ Daniel. You can speak.
You notice that's a little bit too tall for me, right?
Say that again?
You know it's a little bit too tall for me, right?
How about this?
I ain't trying to make fun of myself, but I'm like a little dwarf. Wow, I was not expecting for this many people to be here, especially my top favorite two people right here in the blue and the red.
We love you, DJ.
And my dad is here too. Oh, I just forgot to mention this. My other friends are over here. Just to let you know, if you would like that, raise your hands. Because I don't like to leave nobody out, just saying. And I did say my dad is here. And just to remind y'all folks, I wouldn't be here if my dad didn't sign me up for experimental medicine. So can you do me a favor and give him a round of applause? You want to say it? Dude, you want to say it or you want me to say it?
Go ahead, you say it.
And my dad is running for District 18, just to let you know.
Smart boy. 147.
That's okay.
You want me to say the other part or no? And he's running against Jolanda Jones, and she always puts out she's the first gay lesbian. Ain't nobody need to know about that. That's too much information.
I think that was too much for me to mention.
Back to the script.
But Chief, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
After I get sworn in, did you bring the donuts? But the thing is, I want glazed donuts. I don't want powder donuts, because I'm not trying to be looking like Dave Chappelle when he got pulled over.
Well, officer, there'll be time for donuts later, but we need to get to work.
Yeah, I don't even know why I said donuts, because I'm getting a little bit chunky, as you can see.
All right, thank you, TJ.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, my other friend is right here if you would like to raise his hand. He's got the black cowboy hat.
All right, we're ready to go.
Ready to
Let's
go
get
to work? Let's go to work.
Yes, sir, but I got a question. You sure you're ready for this question? Because I'm pretty sure everybody gonna bust out laughing.
Let me have it.
How much are you paying me? Oh, I just realized this. There was no point in asking that question because I haven't got to work yet.
Let's get to work.
Let's say thank you. All right.
I thought I was getting sworn in. I didn't know this was America's Got Talent.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You have to say it.
You ready to go to work?
We're gonna go.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
This week, some of America's airports were in.
We're not going there. I do have a live that we're going to go ahead and get through. All right, let's go ahead. And I've gotten some questions that people ask me. If you haven't watched the beginning of this live, don't rewind it. Let's just move on from here. Let's see, Aztec. Aztec is so close from being banned from my channel. It's been pissing me off behind the scenes. So go ahead and ask me that question again about, what is it, gas? What else? What else did you say? Something about the attacks in Iran? What is it that you were laughing about? Go ahead and ask me that question again so I can answer it. Real Fishy for life. Good to have you in here, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. My man. Always, always. This is what Aztec likes. This is what people want to see. No Kings, New York City. MAGA is furious over how successful it was. Now, I know who this guy is, but, you know. He's got a point. He's got a point. That looks like at least a few people there. Doesn't look like everybody, but nonetheless, there's a few people in there. Sorry, I got a page where I was reading a PDF file, a real PDF file about House Bill 2321 that Washington State just passed. I only got to 5 pages of it. I was almost finished. But they just passed another bill to infringe on the Second Amendment right of Washingtonian people. I didn't say I like protest. Yeah, but when you stand against Trump, this is what you support. If you don't support the president that we have right now, if you don't support everything that he's doing, this kind of people, this is the kind of people that you support. And I hope that it makes sense that thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Kendall. God bless you, man. I hope that you understand something. We can't fix everything. We can't be perfect. But if you go against us, if you go against Trump right now, you are going with these guys. If you fight us, you are supporting them, and we can't afford to do that right now. Let's get over, right? Let's get over what's going on right now. Let's just hope for the best. I can tell you, I feel I'm fully convicted. I have full conviction, not convicted. That's Wedo's terms. I feel a full conviction that what we're doing right now in the Middle East, it's what we need to do. If you don't support us, you're supporting them. It's like salvation. In order for you to go to heaven, you have to believe in God, and you have to believe in Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit in order to go to heaven. Now, if you don't believe in God, you're going to hell. And if you believe or don't believe in Satan, it don't matter. You're still going to hell. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it is. I know that's a little bit out there, but that's kind of how I see it. All right? So I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying that he's doing everything that, maybe we want him to do. I can tell you this. When he talks, a lot of times it sounds like he talks in circles. But if you stop listening, you miss the point of what he's trying to say. Like, I will give you an example, okay? And I love you, but I'll give you an example. A lot of people are against AIPAC. Okay, why? It's a lobbyist group. Okay, I get it. We get money. They get money. It looks like we're just doing what Israel says, but that's not what we're doing. And to be able to stand up against evil, we have to make sacrifices. And this is why I say I am so glad that we have courageous warriors out there. That even though technology today allows us to technically have victory, if we go all out and just decimate our enemy, it is because we're trying to be careful about how we're making these attacks. That it seems like, that's all we got. No, that's not even close to what we got. And by putting troops on the ground, which I don't want and I don't like, it's very dangerous. I get it. But I mean, I look at the stats, and let me see if I can find them. Okay, look at the stats real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something. If you didn't watch it last night when I had a live, okay, let me see. Watch this. Between 2006, I know this is 5 years, between 2006 and 2021, over 6,000 U.S. service members died. Do you think that's really bad for war? Do you think that that number is really bad for a battle? Here's the second half of that comment. They died in training accidents. You see what I'm saying? We've lost 12 right now, I believe, so far. They shouldn't have happened, but it happened. We lost 12. 6,000 members in training die. 2017, 80. Many service members died in training accidents, 80. As in combat, 21. Army data reported between 20 to 26 training deaths annually between 2018 and 2021, say Stars and Stripes. Common causes include vehicle rollovers, aircraft crashes, and operational accidents during training exercises. I believe one of the soldiers that died was a health complication. This is what I say. Not everybody is cut out to be a soldier. So we can't just tell people, sign up and go. No, they need to pass a test and they got to be approved, and then they can send them if they want to volunteer. Other people have died in accidents. Other people have died in friendly fire. We had a woman pilot shot down by Kuwait. Why? Because they thought that we were the enemy. That's a friendly fire. They shot the plane. The pilot survived, of course, but nonetheless, there is accidents that happen. And for the numbers to be 12, maybe 15, I don't know what the number is today, you know what? Those people honor us. Because just enrolling to be in the military, it's a great sacrifice already. And they got my appreciation, and they honor me as an American citizen. But they're warriors. Don't treat them like little coward kids. They're ready to lay their life for us. That's why we love them. And that's how we know that they love us. They might think that what they're doing might not be right, but their job is to follow orders and to fight the battles that they need to fight in order for us to accomplish a goal. So I appreciate them. Here's a clip of this guy.
Check out this crazy crowd, Nightside Scare.
This is the strongest of both the best of them. Whoa, what is that? Oh, it's a... Oh.
Love AI. Fantastic. All right. Whoever shared that, I appreciate it. This is Senator Patty Murray. She's a senator here that represents Washington State. I want you to know something. She is one of those Democrats that just turned 180-degree change. She used to be the opposite of what she is today. I kid you not. So I don't know when this change happened, but it seems like all senators, all congressmen, all Democrats seem to have lost their way. And those who change, they get taken out somehow. Senator Fetterman, a Democrat by heart, puts country first before party loyalty. So he's a patriot before he's a loyalist. I respect that. Now all the Democrats hate him for having common sense. You see what I'm saying? Romeo, please don't play games, man. Don't be childish. I want to point something out here, and I respect my native tribes, but I got a message. I think I share this. Yeah. Let me go ahead and play it for you. I want you to know, I don't know which tribe he represents. I am going to assume Swinomish, I can't remember. Anyways, he's representing a Native American tribe here in Washington. But I want you to I want you to hear what he says, okay? Because what he says is fantastic. But I'm going to show you something.
For your great work that you're about to do here today.
yo still dot. Ya sa yo.
I am workman of the Duwamish tribe.
The Wamish tribe. Okay, that's what he said. Okay, we're good.
Akwaye, kwakwaye, kwasiap siap chan.
Kwakuye.
Great grandson of Chief Seattle.
Respect.
Not very long ago, my grandfather stood on the shores of Alki and he said, "La lil dis yayadisha padatea lo Duams." Come ashore, my friends, onto this ancient land of the Duwamish. And then he said, Guihid Siaya. This word Guihid, it means welcome. We as native people have been inviting for century upon century upon century to people that come to this land, and we continue to say that today, and we say Guihid Bakta Siaya Disha Padatea lo Duams. That these words simply mean that the Duwamish, the native people from here, are welcoming all people on.
And with that being said, because of that theory, which, by the way, this is just one tribe that may have said that, but everybody was killing each other for territory. If you continue to believe in the old ways and you don't accept that the new ways have borders for one reason only: to protect the citizens within those borders. The moment that you go and say, we welcome everybody, that means you have no country. And if it wasn't for the white man, they wouldn't be alive today. Let me make that clear. So the people Docino, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, brother. You're right. You're right. The moment that he says that, he is denying that we have a federal law. They are denying that we have a sovereignty country. See, he lives in a reservation. That's the sovereignty land. But we have a sovereignty country. And we have to protect it. So when I fight for the Native Americans here, I need to make sure that they get caught up. And they get caught up to speed. Because they need to understand, if that statement right there is true, watch the flaw. Wilbert, thank you for stopping by, brother. I appreciate you. Don't insult my sister. The moment that you say that, watch where the flaw is. Here's the flaw. I don't know why I say flawed. Here's the flaw. I cannot go into an Indian reservation and build a house where I want. I appreciate him knowing the language of his tribe. I really do. I really appreciate that. It sounds cool. But the logic that he takes, that anyone is welcome into our land, he says, is bullshit. That is not true. It is not true. You try to go to the native to the reservation and say, "Hey, I want to make a house right here on this piece of land." That will shoot your ass and tell you to get the hell out. No joke. So that statement is fake. It's a lie. You understand? let me just put it this way. And I wish I was that stupid sometimes. I want to go find out where these people live, and then I'm going to go ahead and make myself at home in their yard. And when they try to kick me out, I'm going to tell them, well, you welcomed me, didn't you? You said we're all welcome in this land. So you think you own the house and your property? You don't. Because nobody is illegal on stolen land. So you don't own it because it's stolen. There's no deed. Your deed does not exist. So therefore, I can live in your yard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build myself a nice house, probably better than the one you have. And I'm going to live there happily ever after. The logic doesn't match. It doesn't fit, does it? You see how flawed that is? Doesn't make sense. So with that being said, I will go ahead and work with my Native Americans. Once my name is official, I can guarantee you I am going to go to the casino and play. I'm going to go meet with the chiefs. That was just a joke. That's just a joke. But I'm going to meet with the chiefs, right? There is a Indian tribunal that we have here. I believe it's in Tacoma. I'm going to find out if I can get an appointment and try to get it done. But so the Native American here from the Squamish tribe says that everybody is welcome. So if you got that message, if you are illegal in this country, remember this. Well, never mind, because federal government has access to reservations as well. But you have a better chance to go to his tribe on his land. If you are illegal, go to the Indian reservations, where they believe that you are welcome. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. All right, I want you to listen to this lady. This is the lady that's going out for governor in Minnesota. Tens of thousands filled the Capitol Mall in St. Paul with a clear message. No kings. In America, liberty, matter, and power belongs to the people. Check out what she says.
And that's I'm here in St. Paul at the biggest rally we have ever seen in Minnesota.
This is no king's protest.
We have been at the center of America's heartbreak, but today we are at the center of America's courage and hope, stretched out in front of the entire Capitol Mall. And that's because we are here to say there are no kings in America. The only king is the law.
The only king is the law. Hey, Samuel. Somebody explain that to me. The only king, it's the law. You know, it must be my Spanish, my migrant brain that doesn't allow me to understand what the hell she just said. But if I interpret it correctly, she said that the king is the law. Guys, who makes the law? Who makes the law? Maybe I'm running for the wrong position. Who makes the law? Anybody? Anybody? Who makes the law? Hey, Bernie, how are you, brother? Ha ha ha! Jason! Well, well, well. The cat is out of the bag, as we say. So, who is telling the people to go protest Donald Trump as the no king? No, we don't make the law, my friend. You're wrong. The right answer is the legislature branch, the legislative branch. They make the law. And who is telling the people to go protest no kings against President Trump? Which, by the way, if he was a king, we wouldn't need to elect him. But we do have democracy, and that's how we made him the president of the United States of America. But do you see that fact that just they can't hide it? They can't hide it. Okay, Aztec. Okay, but we vote them in. Didn't we vote President Trump? You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You see what I mean by using common sense, critical thinking, all this stuff? Because she just told us that there is a king. That's a big no-no. F them. No, they don't get to be king either. We have no king. This is a constitutional republic by the people, for the people. By the way, Americans, not illegals. The people of the Constitution is Americans. Persons is Americans. You see how I think? I think different than most people. But when I hear comments like this, the only king is the law. We're not stupid. We know that the legislature makes the law. And they do act like they're kings. They like to hear that only they can declare war. They like to hear that only they can approve tariffs. They like to shut down the government and let the people suffer because they're just peasants to them. They really believe that they are king. Bernil, thanks for the super, big bro. I've got something to say about this. Our former ex-undocumented President Obama deported the most undocumented workers. Let that sink in. Whoever won legit, just tell me who was the king regime. Well, I mean, he was the king for the Democrats, but what they're saying is they don't want the Republicans to have a king. They want themselves to be kings. Bro, Bernio, that's nothing, bro. He's dropped $1,000 chats in here, bro. I think he's dropped me a 500, 1,000. Bernie's big boss, bro. he don't F around. He doesn't F around. And I know he supports other people as well. But there's my point, guys. So we can't really just, pretend that everything is. I'm telling you, I feel a lot better. Thank you guys for your prayers and for your support. My heart feels a lot better. And, that's just how it is, man. Blue, you know what's fantastic, Blue? I have a phone number that you can call. And I will allow you to call if you have the brains to please enlighten me. But anyhow, that's just her. And let's see. So I made a comment on her little video, and I said, how many of those are illegal immigrants? I asked her a question. Will you stand for the United States Constitution? Because protecting illegal immigrants is unconstitutional. Why is it hard to say that Jesus Christ is the only king? The answer is because she supports the Muslim community in Minnesota, and if she says that Jesus Christ is king, she is not going to get the votes from the Somalis. That's right. I said, what a fraud you are. Man, I'm harsh sometimes, but it's the truth. Let's see. Saying the pissed off is because I am. Spirit Johnson is pathetic joke. Blah, blah, blah. Trump destroyed this country. Whatever. They make all these comments. They make all these comments about the... oh, awesome. They make all these comments about the Republicans, right? And Trump and this and that. And they just... When we try to pass a bill that forces all the sexual harassment suits against Congress and the Senate, Democrats vote against it, and Republicans. When it comes to banning children from being in adult entertainment shows, every single Democrat voted to no, to not ban it, to allow it. Let that sink in for a little bit. Let that sink in for a little bit. Then, as you are going to be one among a lot of others that have louder voices in power poll games just to confuse the people, Brenda, may God hear you. I hope so. And I'm going to tell you, when I have an event, when I have a press conference, tune in, because we're going to get it on. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know what's funny is that I was excited today earlier. It just all in the same moments. I was excited because I saw a group of people, of very smart, wise, powerful people joining me, and then I saw all these libtards and all their hate, and they're just laughing. They don't even know what they're doing, but they're just laughing, this and that, and I'm just like, okay, fantastic. And then my heart gets broken, and I'm over here crying like a little girl. But you know what? It's because I feel love for the people. I really love this state. I really love this state. And when people ask me, why are you not in Honduras? Well, because I love this state. It's that simple. All right? Let's see. Nug says, the Constitution you speak of protects freedom of religion. Yes, true. She doesn't have to believe Christ is king like we do. That is true. This is not a theocracy. That is also true. But the fact that she said that the only king we have is the law, my friend, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? And by the way, let's not forget that the Constitution was written because of the Christians and Jews in this country. The Constitution was written and inspired under the Christians' God. Therefore, even though you do have a religion, a freedom of religion, this is still a Christian country whether you like it or not. But she's chosen a side. She's chosen to make themselves king. And that is a big problem, my friend. That is a big problem. No, she's not allowed to say that the law is king. This country is a constitutional republic for the people, by the people. They're not supposed to be acting like kings themselves. You missed the point. You're missing the point. You're not listening. She has the right to not say that. But she also doesn't have the right to say the law is king, because the law is not king. It is a law that gets voted in by the people. Who's we the people? Well, the people that represent their constituents. They are the voice. They are the ones that get voted in to be in Congress, to be in the legislative branch. They're not kings either. Sure, we'll agree to disagree. I appreciate that. All right. It's all right. Jason, I understand what he's saying, but he's still wrong by saying that it's okay that she says that. Now, I know that you guys don't like CPAC, but I want to hear what he has to say. I want to hear what Reza Pahlavi has to say. So bear with me on this. Let's see how long. We'll probably won't watch the whole thing, but we'll let it go for a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I had to overcome the flu the last couple of days.
Oh, by the way, before I continue, let me give you a fact sheet here. Washington State net migration income minus $1.6 billion. I would say over $2 billion. I don't know if I'm reading that right. Is that years? I don't know. I don't know if this is years. I think this is years. Let's see. Every year this century until recently, Washington saw a net gain of income from migration. The 2023 IRS data are now in, and for the second consecutive year, the state recorded a net loss of income from migration. But you say, well, how does that happen? If we have hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants, shouldn't that be helping our economy be stronger? Shouldn't we be collecting more money? Interesting. This reversal reflects the cumulative impact of policy decisions by legislative Democrats. The kings. Legislative, the kings. Higher taxes, mismanagement of our K through 12 system, kinder to 12th grade, and soft on crime policies. Some of the things that we're going to go against. Tough policies on crime. I hope that the Attorney General sees it my way as well. For years, House Republicans have sounded the alarm and proposed solutions to address this trend, now reflected in IRS data. Just want to point that out.
But I had to be here to be a voice of millions of my fellow Iranians, so I apologize in advance for my voice. I begin today in the memory of my fallen compatriots, the heroes of my country who have fought, bled, and died, not only for their own freedom and for the liberation of Iran from the clutches of an evil, depraved regime that has held us hostage for 47 years, but for the freedom, peace, and security of the world. When I speak of these heroes as they come off the streets from protests or as they prepare for the final battle, they often ask me, tell the world we are not just fighting for ourselves, we are fighting for them too. So it is in that spirit and in their honor that I ask you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine a free Iran. No more nuclear threats, no more terrorism, no more hostage-taking, no more closing of the Strait of Hormuz, no more blackmailing of the global community. Imagine an Iran that instead of exporting terrorism is promoting freedom. Freedom to its people, stability to its neighbors, national security and economic opportunity for the United States and the free world. Can you imagine Iran going from death to America to God bless America? Well, I too can, because I have seen the true soul of my people. Let's remember, on 9/11, one of America's darkest hours, when your enemies, and even some who claim to be your friends, celebrated those horrific attacks, the Iranian people did something the world wasn't supposed to see. They risked their lives to hold candlelight vigils in the heart of Tehran. They didn't do it for a camera. They did it for a friend in pain. That is the true face of Iran. Unlike the regime that worships death and destruction, the Iranian people celebrate life and liberty. That's why I can imagine an Iran that exports engineers instead of extremists, startups instead of suicide bombers, energy instead of hatred. I can imagine a Middle East where Iran is no longer a source of chaos, but an anchor of stability. An Iran that does not fear its people, doesn't threaten its neighbors, doesn't isolate itself from the world. Imagining this is not difficult, because this is exactly what Iran once was and what it can be again. When Iran is free, the Middle East changes. When Iran is free, America regains a great friend. A free Iran represents the single largest untapped economic opportunity of the 21st century. A nation of 93 million people, highly educated, entrepreneurial, and pro-West, finally unleashed. Over the next decade alone, a strategic US-Iran partnership could generate more than $1 trillion for the American economy. Imagine a new Middle East where Iran is a friend of Israel, where Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Where the Abraham Accords are extended into the Cyrus Accord. Named for Cyrus the Great, the Iranian king who issued the first Charter of Human Rights, and whose vision of religious tolerance inspired Thomas Jefferson. Today, the Islamic Republic tramples upon Iran's millennia-old legacy of tolerance for religious minorities and wages war on them. In a country with the fastest rate of growth of Christianity in the world, the regime, the regime and its IRGC storm into and ransack underground house churches detain and torture pastors, and persecute and execute evangelists and Christian converts. This is the Islamic Republic, not the true Iran, not the vision we have for the future. Under this vision, Iran, the United States, Israel, and our Arab neighbors are bound together in peace and prosperity rather than conflict and terror. A Middle East where we will be able to handle our own affairs and manage our own backyard, when we can put an end to the endless wars and allow our American friends to bring back their sons and daughters in uniform and focus where they want to, back home. A free Iran is not a fantasy. A free Iran is within reach right now. But as we all know, freedom never comes free. My compatriots have shown this. They are not asking for a handout, and they do not expect their freedom to be handed to them on a silver platter. The Iranian people have already paid an unimaginable price for their liberty. In January of this year, I called on my compatriots to go out and protest against a regime that has oppressed them for 47 years. Millions of them responded, igniting the largest wave of protests in Iran's modern history, sweeping every single one of our 31 provinces. On January 8th at 8 o'clock, they took their lives in their own hands and took to the streets to fight against the occupying regime. At that exact moment, Khamenei, Larijani, Ghalibaf, and the rest of their mafia shut off the internet. Under the cover of darkness, and with a depravity that shocked the world, they massacred more than 40,000 Iranians and injured over 300,000. They did not stop their terror on the streets. Wounded protesters were hunted down in hospital beds and shot in cold blood. Men and women were raped in secret prisons. Even nurses, ambulance medics, and doctors who dared to help protesters were tortured, raped, and killed. Families were forced to search through thousands of unmarked body bags, and the regime even charged grieving parents for the bullets used to kill their own children. To this day, mothers still search for their sons, and daughters still ask where their fathers will come home. To this day, 29 days to be exact, Iranians have been cut off from the world with almost no access to the internet. Fearful of my courageous compatriots, Khamenei Jr. and his cabal of criminals have dragged Iran from the 21st century to the dark ages. They are afraid that when they do, the world will again see the defiant will of a nation united and determined to topple it. Life can never go back to normal. There is a sea of blood between the people and the regime. After all the massacres, after all they have sacrificed, they will never agree to swap one tyrant for another. And another anti-American tyrant will not serve American interests either. The only thing that the remnants of this regime can be relied on to do is to buy time, to cheat, and to steal. They will never be honest or true partners for peace. President Trump was right when he said, we don't want to come back every 2 years. But if a faction of the regime is left in power, that is exactly what will happen. It will buy time. It will pretend to negotiate. And then it will return to its old jihadist ways of threatening America, its security, and its interests. They might promise a short period of artificial calm, but it would inevitably be followed by the same terrorism, the same nuclear blackmail, and the same cries of death to America. Because the truth is simple. The Islamic Republic cannot reform itself. You cannot reform a snake. Venom is in its DNA. This extends to the corrupt and brutal thugs of the IRGC, because the IRGC is not Iran's national army. Indeed, it does not even have the word Iran in its name. It is the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. It serves its own poisonous ideology of terror and not Iran's national interests. So it can certainly never be a partner to serve America's interests. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have 4 minutes left. I'm halfway through my speech. The only path to lasting peace and stability runs through a clean break with this regime. For the first time in 47 years, President Trump's strategy has given us a real chance to achieve that outcome. For decades, every American president since Jimmy Carter chose to try to manage this looming threat rather than resolve it. Each of them has failed. They have only made the problem worse. The result has been more dead Iranians and more dead Americans. So the mullahs operated on the assumption that America didn't have the stomach to confront them decisively. That assumption began to collapse when President Trump ordered the strike on Qasem Soleimani. And once the meet... And once the myth of the regime's invisibility was shattered, possibilities began to move in a different direction. Operation Midnight Hammer and Epic Fury have done something extraordinary. The killing of Khamenei and many of his henchmen, the destruction of more than 80% of the regime's ballistic missile arsenal, and the obliteration of the nuclear sites have leveled the playing field. This did not happen by accident. It happened because of President Trump's resolve and the courage of American troops. And on behalf of millions of Iranians, we thank them. Their sacrifice was not in vain. For the first time in nearly half a century, the Iranian people have a fighting chance to end this regime of terror and chaos. The regime's repressive machine has been degraded, its terror network cut off, and its leadership decimated. But for this all to be worth it, the sacrifices of both Americans and Iranians, for the goodwill between our two people, which you see on vibrant display here today, to continue, we must finish the job. This regime in its entirety must go. If we do not finish the job and leave a rump of the regime in place, The threat posed by this Islamic Republic will not be solved. It will only be made worse. Those who have spent 47 years sowing chaos cannot be trusted to bring about stability. Terrorists cannot be trusted to bring peace. If they are left in place, they will bring only more of the instability, chaos, and destruction they have brought for 47 years. They are not pragmatists. They are thugs. They are not deal makers. They are agents of chaos. But the other path, the path which finishes the job once and for all, will leave a legacy of peace and prosperity that historians and scriptwriters could only dream of. That legacy will belong to the heroic people of Iran and to the only president of the United States who had the courage and the character to see this mission through. Today, that is the precipice on which we stand, the precipice of true greatness. Iranians are ready to play their part. The final blow will be delivered by the people of Iran themselves. They are already on the ground, and they have already demonstrated their extraordinary courage. They are ready to fight again, but they must be given the chance to do so. As President Trump, Prime Minister Netanyahu, and myself have urged, they are taking shelter while the bombs are falling. But when the right moment arrives, as in January, I will call on them to rise up again. And when they do, I have no doubt they will put an end to the dark chapter of the Islamic Republic once and for all, and reclaim their homeland, their dignity, and their future. But bringing down a regime is only the beginning. What matters next is whether the nation can unite around a leader with broad legitimacy. Across Iran and throughout the diaspora, millions of Iranians have called on me to lead the transition to democracy. Thank you. I have accepted that call, not to serve myself. I have accepted that call not to serve myself, but to serve my nation and my people. In recent years, I have unified a broad coalition of dissidents, Republicans and monarchists, left and right, men and women of all ages, religions, and ethnicities. Even people who were former political opponents have joined the movement to free Iran under my leadership. Equally important, Iran's armed forces and bureaucracy will follow me. Thousands of the regime's military officials, some very senior, have signed their readiness to join me through a digital defection platform my team established several months ago. Many of these officials have refused to obey the orders to kill civilians during the January uprising. That's why the IRGC had to import thugs from Afghanistan, Iraq, and Lebanon to do the dirty work. With my leadership, they and others who don't have blood on their hands will play a role in stabilizing the country during the transition. Iran is not Iraq. We will not repeat the catastrophic mistake of de-Baathification. There will be no dissolution of bureaucratic institutions, no power vacuum, no chaos. The transition will be orderly, and my team of experts have produced a detailed plan called the Iran Prosperity Project, or IPP. This is a roadmap for national recovery, including the first 100 days after the regime's collapse and the long-term reconstruction and stabilization of our country. What we ask of America now is simple. Stay the course. Do not throw this crumbling regime a lifeline. Pave the way for the Iranian people to finish the job. Because freedom is not an American story alone. It is the story of all people who refuse to live on their knees. It is the story America wrote in 1776. And today, it is the story the Iranian people are writing with their courage and sacrifice. We prefer to die standing than to live kneeling. Thank you. So, 2026 marks the 250th birthday of the United States. It is my hope and my belief that history will also remember 2026 as the year of Iran's rebirth. What my people are fighting for is the rebirth of our 2,500-year-old civilization. When the black page of the illegitimate Islamic regime is turned, that is the transition and heritage to which Iran will return. So in 2026, our two nations are reaching for a new chapter, both determined to be great. President Trump rightly observed that the Iranian people are the Iranian regime's longest suffering victims. He told them, the hour of your freedom is at hand. And they are already ready to meet this moment. The Iran story is not yet finished. Great civilizations outlast even the most vicious occupiers. With your help and with the courage, sacrifice, and heroism of Iran's greatest youth, our best latest chapter is being written right now. When it is done, a free and democratic Iran will stand alongside the United States as a partner, an ally, and a friend. President Trump, thank you. President Trump is making America great again. I intend to make Iran great again. So, together with my brave compatriots, that is exactly what we will do. Thank you. God bless America and lovely Iran.
Yeah, no, you know what? Not bad, man. That's a very decent speech. Now, you know, it's from what I hear from people, you know, even his own people, is like, you know, you've been hiding for how many years now, and all of a sudden you want to come in and do this. Well, I mean, how many times in history have we seen, you know, royalty being protected and hidden away from those evil wolves and sharks that are trying to destroy the lineage? Well, you know, before 1979, Streamlabs is working here. Let's go. Streamlabs is working. I like it. I just added that on today. I hope that's what it is. And hopefully it gets better. At Larry Adams, 1509. Oops. I think that, you have to, you got to be able to judge the heart of those who really love the people. I don't know about royalty. I don't know if he is waiting for that royalty, whatever he's looking for. Chat donkey of the day. Floyd, congratulations. Bro, if you got Jason Beatrice pissed off, you must be not doing so good. That's sad. But you know what, guys? If the people vote him in, because I don't think they have a democracy like us, right? Do they? I don't know. But if they do, if the people want him, without nuclear weapons, without any of that stuff, the fact that he said that he wants to work with Israel, it reminds me of the words of the Saudi prince, where he says that he sees a time where Israel and Saudis would work together. That is exactly how you're supposed to do it. Anybody that says they don't want any war, but you continue to say free Palestine, you continue to say Allahu Akbar, and then continue to say all these words that contradict your saying that you don't want wars. I find it very interesting that people come in here very hateful, and they come in and saying hateful things to us, like almost inciting a civil war. And you don't want wars, and yet you want to insult us. You want to insult your brother Americans. You want to insult your fellow Americans. You want to go against them on everything. What is it that you want? If you're an American citizen, why do you want to say no to war and yet act like a warmonger? And that just doesn't make sense to me. And I don't understand why that is. Let's see. I don't understand. You're 1,000. Okay. Not all the people are like us. We shouldn't feel bad and have a hard day. America. I'm telling you that have hearts. These people have black hearts. Yeah. Man, Dositos gave me some good messages on my cell phone. I appreciate that. Let's see, Floyd. Let's see. Let me read one of Floyd's lines here. Let's see. Brian is realizing Trump brokered a deal to raise gas prices. Okay, sure. The Floyd Brian is crushed. Trump did this. Okay. Yeah, Iran can figure it out themselves. Yeah, I guess. We'll leave it up to them. But you know what? But we do need to get rid of all those terrorists. We need to get rid of all those criminals. You know what's crazy? It's amazing to me how this works. But and I don't know if it's fake or not. But what's amazing to me is, I don't know if the video is fake or what, but there is like a lot of people, like thousands of people, it looks like. Thousands of people cry. How did Mohammed get back in here? You are hidden from my channel. Okay, thanks for stopping by again. They cried for Khamenei being taken out, who has been killing them. He's been hanging them. And these people cry for his death. What? What kind of brainwashing power do these people have? That the people that he was killing, torturing, and doing all this stuff, they cry for him when he died, as if they love to be punished. See, I gave Mohammed a chance to explain to me what he believes, but I know him very well. He's a terrorist supporter. So there's that. When you oppress women, you're not on my team. When you use children and indoctrinate them to hate other people without them even experiencing any type of evil being done to them, they have no respect for me. I don't respect them. It's that simple. No explanation makes perfect sense to me, he says Coyote. Ow! Hey, we need all the people to come back from this King's protest. I can't believe that this video only has 5,000 views. What's going on? I don't know what's going on here. Maybe I pushed everybody away when I was crying. I apologize about that. It is what it is. It is what it is. I thank you all for the words of encouragement. I appreciate it. You guys helped my heart heal a little bit, and I appreciate it. Let me see. This is President Karol Nawrocki, Karol Nawrocki of Poland. Oh boy. Huh? Oh, I see. Okay, so YouTube says when the creator tells us that the video contains a paid promotion, will display a disclosure at the beginning of the video. Paid promotion includes paid advertisement. Okay, so I can't play it because they have paid promotion on there. Okay, that's fine. I'm glad that it was given to me now. Let's take a listen. This is from Sahar TV. Let's see what he has to say on his show.
Look at all of these girls in Gaza with Arabic in the background. What? Sorry? Oh, this is Texas? What?
Oh.
Now check this out. This is from Mecca. Oh. Sorry, guys. This is from Texas as well.
We have enough authority and we have enough power. We are obliged as Muslims to take the authority away from the people who have it and implement the Sharia.
So you believe America, Great Britain, all of Europe will be Islamic states living under Sharia eventually?
Inevitably.
We need somebody like Mamdani to be the mayor of New York. And that is a victory for the Ummah.
And it's not going to happen in Texas. It's not going to happen in the United States of America. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
How you doing? This is Sahar TV and welcome to...
That's crazy. I like Sahar TV. This guy is amazing. Not just because he is pro-Israel, but thank you, brother. Docito, I love you too, brother. I'm glad that you're on my channel. It's crazy that you don't understand free speech. I don't know if you're talking to me, but they say, how could you support war? I don't support war. I'm pro-peace. I am pro-peace, not pro-war, pro-peace. I'm not anti-war. I am pro-peace. I hope you understand what that means. Sometimes we have to go fight. Sometimes we have to do what we got to do to stop wars. And that means we got to fight. That means that there are sacrifices that we'll need to make. And this is why we support our military 100%. We are not going to make them look like a bunch of wusses. They are warriors. And they are there to say yes when we call upon them. Now, tell me, how am I being racist against Muslims? Are you not listening to what they're saying? How stupid are you? I'm a serious question. How stupid are you to think that I'm being racist towards Muslims? Do you not hear what they say? This is them saying it. Did you just miss that? Because like his introduction, that's not me saying it. That's what they said. They said they needed Mamdani to be a mayor. He is. They have said before they needed to be the mayor that had to be a Muslim in Dearborn. He is. Minnesota is being owned by Muslims. They are. Unfortunately, the fraudsters are all of those Muslims. They are. They're all in it. That's not me saying it. That's not me saying it. Go ahead, brother.
The Islamification of the United States episode, I don't even know what. So all the videos you're going to see today are coming out of the United States of America. Let's watch. Now, I know what a lot of you might be thinking. This must be London. But no, guys. This is New York City. Watch.
والعمل الذي يبلغنا حبك اللهم إنا نسألك الثبات في الأمر والعزيمة على الرشد ونسألك موجبات رحمة.
They can stay in a Muslim country. This is a Christian country. They can keep their Muslim beliefs over there in the Arabian countries. That's where their people are from. That's where they should stay. This is the United States of America, and we believe that Christians are actually the majority of this country, and we like to keep it that way. They don't want to assimilate to our Western civilization, to our culture. So since they don't want to assimilate, you miss the point of what he said. He said Sharia law will take away the law of the United States of America. Or maybe you didn't hear it, but don't worry, he'll come back to it.
وعزائم مغفرتك اللهم إنا نسألك شكر نعمتك وحسن عبادتك اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات اللهم اجعل بلادنا هذا آمنا مطمئنا نحبك.
Now, you have to ask yourself this one question. Why are you praying outside and not inside a mosque? Why is there this need to block streets and block roads?
You do know why they pray outside, right? You do understand why they pray outside. That is their symbolical taking over the land. That's why they pray outside. Just so you know, before he even says anything, I don't know what he's going to say. But that's why they pray outside. It shows dominance over the land. Because they're supposed to be praying inside the mosque, not outside on the street. Outside on the street meaning they own it.
And get permits from the police to do it out in the open. If not for dominance, if not to show you, the Christian people and the Jewish people, we control the streets, not you. Once again, this is in London. This is New York, Washington Square Park on Eid. Take a look at how many people.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
My God.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
And what's a more symbolic thing than to do it in Washington Square Park? You know, a pretty famous place in New York City, a symbol of Americanism. What is this?
And you can deny it all you want. There is no hate. There is no hate towards the Muslim. This is their freedom of speech. Free speech. You're a dumb, stupid son of a bitch. I don't know what other name to call you, but the stupidity that comes with that. You don't understand what freedom of speech was made for. If you have the freedom of speech to say these things against the country, against the people that actually allow you to have the freedom of speech, there is a punishment that I wish upon you.
Why is this done in the public? Let's listen to what these Muslims from the United States have to say to you.
From Dearborn to New York, only one nation, under God.
Exquisite. I wonder which nation he's talking about, because I don't think it's the American nation. I think it's the Islamic one. Welcome to the biggest mosque in the United States at the moment. Right now, we open on Eid. Come to us, come celebrate, come eat, come feast. This is how it starts, guys. First, they migrate. Then they start building their mosques everywhere. They start creating Muslim infrastructures, such as schools, madrasas, whatever you want. And then more and more people come because, hey, now there's an Islamic infrastructure. Hijrah. We can move. That's how it starts. People need to wake the F up.
And I see a lot more women, more Muslims, overwhelming the population of Americans. I want you to understand something. They believe in Antifada. They believe on the religious war. It hasn't died. It hasn't gone away. It has evolved. And they use our belief. They use our way of religion to get in to our country, but they don't assimilate. They don't convert to our way. Their job is to convert you to their way. And most of the time, it's not even a choice. And that's how they take you. That is exactly how they take you.
Take a look at this mosque. Ginormous. Let's see what this imam has to say about the intentions of Islam with the United States of America. Watch.
If we have enough authority and we have enough power, we are obliged as Muslims to take the authority away from the people who have it and implement the Sharia. Now, I hope that can come in a very peaceful way. I hope that we can do that in a way, where there's no bloodshed. The Messenger Muhammad ﷺ said that, if the Muslims have authority and they have the ability to remove oppression, they must remove the oppression. So we believe man-made law is oppression.
So you believe America, Great Britain, all of Europe
man-made law. Islam is man-made.
Will be Islamic states living under Sharia eventually.
Inevitably. This will happen. This is the promise of God.
You're confident it's going to happen?
I'm not confident. I'm convinced. I'm 100% certain that the Sharia will be implemented in America and in Britain one day.
Clear as day. I have no doubts. Sharia will be implemented in the United States and in the UK. At some point, we just have to be patient. Hey guys, if you'd like to support me and this YouTube channel, please make sure to check out my Buy Me Coffee. Every single donation helps me keep going, get new gear, and get the best content out there for you. Thank you so much. Back to the video. So the American government wants to cut funds, tax funds, to Islamic purposes because after $4 billion in funding were sent to the Islamic community for the purpose of spreading it. Watch.
Texas.
Think about that. You want billions of dollars for Americans? Oh, that could have gone to veterans. That could have come to help the homeless here in America. That could have gone to welfare, social services here in America. Why is it going to Muslims?
Is ground zero for the Islamic conquest of America. We are deep into a 1,400-year Islamic immigration conquest pattern, a patient, relentless strategy of settlement, infiltration, and eventual dominance. The Muslim Brotherhood's 1991 explanatory memorandum entered in federal court calls it a, quote, civilization jihadist process to destroy the West from within. That plan has been capturing Texas for over 35 years. We now have over 330 mosques. CARE calls them, quote, our infrastructure. Erdogan calls them, quote, our barracks. At least 650 Islamic nonprofits channeling influence. Dozens of Islamic scholars and banks promoting Sharia compliance finance. More than $4 billion in taxpayer funds routed to Islamic entities since 2017. Our own money fueling our demise.
Our own money fueling our demise. This sentence couldn't be more true.
But let's hate the Muslims. It's not about hating the Muslims. It's not. And for those of you who defend the nice Muslims, because I like nice Muslims as well, they will also be called infidels, like us. So they're not safe either, but I wish that they would just convert and then stop supporting them, because Muslims, even though they know what the Quran says, even though they're good people, it doesn't help us. They are still helping them. And so I'm sorry, but that I can't make excuses for them. You either are a real Muslim that submits to Islam, right, to this government political movement, or you just say, no, I don't want to be there. And, well, there you go. You want to complain about thousands and hundreds of millions of dollars going to this war. Complain about billions going to Muslims and Muslim countries that want to destroy us. That's why we're in Iran right now.
The more you fund Islam and Islamic growth in the United States, the probability of the United States existing as a Christian or a free democracy will reduce drastically. Here's what Representative Brandon Gill said about Islam.
Sharia law and radical Islam have no place in the United States. You know, there's a fundamental truth that I think we've got to recognize, which is that not all cultures are created equal, and they are not all equally compatible with America's governing framework. The reality is that radical Islam as a political ideology has a very different conception of freedom of speech than we have in the United States, a very different conception of freedom of religion, of separation of church and state, or of mosque and state. Islam as a political ideology is...
What have I been saying? What have I been saying?
Inherently imperialistic, and we see that now, unfortunately, all over the Western world.
It's time to stop being silent. You know, in silence, I have watched as parts of our nation has been invaded. Invaded by a horde of ungrateful, hypocritical, and quite frankly, dangerous religious zealots belonging to the religion known as Islam. Now, I know there are going to be so many people out there that are going to hear this and they're going to get angry. They're going to call me a bigot or an Islamophobe, whatever that is, or a Nazi or fascist, or some combination of any of those. But right now, I am not concerned with that crowd of left-hand blinded, moronic nitwits. I'm speaking directly to those patriots like me who for so long have been silent or largely silent, as Islam has put a slow and deadly chokehold on our schools, on our government, on our churches, on our media, and on many of our major American cities. All the way from 9/11 to the massive fraud that we see today in Minnesota that the leftists have just turned a blind eye to. We have watched as the tide has turned in favor of the religion that champions those things and those terrible deeds. We've watched as an entire generation of young people has been lied to, being told that Islam is the religion of peace. Well, those of us who know better understand that Islam is not, in fact, the religion of peace. It's more like the religion of pieces. Arms and legs and guts removed by bombs and heads removed by blades. It's high time that Americans realize they are being invaded by hoodwinking and conquered by complicity. When we see high-ranking politicians put on hijabs and give the credit for...
Hijabs is the funniest way I've heard anybody say it.
And they come in my channel, Allahu Akbar. Get the hell out of here.
Hijab.
Building an American city to savages who had nothing to do with it. And when we see money-hungry clickbait publishers on social media declare the nation of Israel to be a bigger threat to America than shooting, burning, bombing, beheading Islamo-fascist extremists, Americans should know that we're in trouble. And the time is now to stand up and declare the absolute truth. And the absolute truth is this: Islam is simply incompatible with America. It's the opposite of American freedom and a threat to our way of life. So we have to rebuke the bitter wormwood of the deception of their false prophet and cult-like religion. Yes, I said it. It's a frightening proposition to stand up for this truth. Indeed it is. But I suppose it's no more frightening than the millions of times in history when ordinary Americans stood on truth, even when it cost them everything.
100% to the people who say that Israel is a bigger threat to the United States and the continuation of the United States than Islamists who seek to dominate you, remove all the freedoms that you currently have, and...
You know what's crazy? It's that these idiots that come in here saying Allahu Akbar, you stupid sons of bitches are actually wanting that evil in your heart? Why would you even come in here trying to be proud about it? You know how stupid that sounds? That you know how evil you are? Pretending to be a peaceful religion. You're not. You don't fool us. We know who you are. You guys are a piece of shit to me. I don't believe in your religion, and I don't appreciate you bringing that shit into my country. Practice your religion, but don't bring your shit to my country. Jesus Christ is king. Always will be. You Muslims have already lost. Our book says... Buck says it. Our book says Israel will be protected no matter what. Jesus Christ is King and Lord. Your fake prophet, pedophile Muhammad is not a king nor a Lord. Jesus Christ is the Son of God, whether you like it or not. And we already won.
Post Sharia on you? What in the world are you on? I don't understand. Now listen to what this Islamist is saying about the victory of Mamdani in the New York City mayoral election. Watch.
The election of somebody like Mamdani, it is a game changer. We need somebody like Mamdani to be the mayor of New York. And that is a victory for...
And they got him. Yeah, they got Mamdani. We said it. We knew about it. They got them. And all of the Americans and all real Americans, not the illegals and the trolls that are in here, if you don't wake up, bro, it is your own demise, whatever.
The ummah. I'm jumping the gun here, but this is one of the narrow-minded that need to break here. And if you don't understand this, then honestly, you need to rethink through your understanding of civilizational strength. Everybody has a role to play. Muftis have a role to play, and politicians have the role to play. Let everybody be active in their role. This is a strength of our community. And of our greatest strengths, like I said, the political freedoms we have. The guy tried, not once, not twice, 8 times to shut our project down. I don't want to go into all the details because of time. He failed miserably at every single level, and the project is still going full steam ahead. Do you understand what I'm saying here? The governor of one of the largest states of the world, Texas, everything's big in Texas, wanted to stop, and he tried, وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهِ. Multiple ways he tried. Alhamdulillah, that bill did not pass because of multiple reasons. Of them, we employed our lobbyists, money in the lobby. You have to do this reality. And yet here we are still debating, can I vote?
And why do we hear all this time against AIPAC? Why do we hear that often, especially coming from the left? AIPAC, Israel, AIPAC, Israel, AIPAC, Israel, AIPAC, Israel. The same bullshit. Why I support Israel. We support the right cause. Can't make it any clearer than that. You got to share the truth. You got to share the truth.
Or not, does voting shirk or haram or kufr? Wallahi, we are in one galaxy and the world is a different galaxy. Literally, it's just disconnected from reality. If we did not get involved, our masjid would have been shut down. Forget our project, right? These are some of the strengths. Very quickly, weaknesses. We have multiple weaknesses. Our biggest weakness is our percentage in this country. We are very disadvantaged. By the way, this is only in this country because across the Western world, mashallah, tabarakallah, percentages are rising to the point of it's terrifying them. Sweden, 10% Muslim. Oslo, Norway, 10% Muslim. Oslo, of all places, Vienna. The Ottoman Turks tried 200 years, they couldn't do anything. Vienna is 10% Muslim, mashallah, tabarakallah. 10% Muslim. England, London, it is estimated 20%. I was in...
and let's not forget about France, 10% Muslim, and going down the slump.
Australia, a year and a half ago. Australia. Sydney, there are districts the size of maybe half of Austin that are 60% Muslim. Lakemba, go look it up. Lakemba in Sydney.
Again, I don't know what else to show you to make you believe that Islam's aspiration is to control and be the dominant religion in every country in the world. He's saying, listen, we are at a complete disadvantage in the United States. And then he goes out and calls the countries with a pretty big Muslim percentage in those countries. What is the intention of Islam in the United States? Why are they trying to migrate here? Why are they trying to take over Texas, which is indeed ground zero of the United States of America? That represents Americanism. And the fact that he said that Mamdani winning the election, a Muslim man, after 9/11 happened, is a victory for Islam, is just proof that this is another way to conduct jihad. By being a politician, by infiltrating from within, same as Dearborn, Michigan, same as Barack Hussein Obama, and then changing it for your benefit.
The thing is, like, he doesn't have to tell me that. I already know that. I play that because, well, he knows what he's talking about as well. But I want you to hear it from somebody else besides me. He's right. And you hear the leaders. How can you deny that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, why will they deny that? And who the hell and why are Americans supporting that shit? I just don't get it. How do we do that? I mean, Omar used to be a Muslim. Okay, not to put you on the spot there, Omar. But Omar used to be a Muslim. There's a reason why he left. He got to the point where he learned enough to say, oh, what the hell am I doing? And gave his life to Christ. Kingdom of Heaven, I don't know, man. Maybe, let me see. Let me look it up and see if I can see a picture. Kingdom of Heaven. Of Heaven. Sounds familiar. Sounds familiar, but again, movies. You know what I'm saying? Movies. I don't know, brother. I don't know how we can go about that. It might be a good movie, but it sounds from. Is it the king that is like really like sick and the skin and all that stuff? I see a picture of a guy in a mask, and I think that's what reminds me of. Is that the one where the king is like really sick and disgusting looking, like a leprosy maybe? Why do you say that? Oh, thanks for the jewels. Appreciate you. That's okay. What about it? I mean, it's a good movie to watch, but the whole religious part of it, I think, is all is horrible. It's not true. Hollywood's been doing a good job of making Christianity look like crazy, and they have managed to make Muslims look like the holy, peaceful religion. I find that interesting that Hollywood never points out that Islam came about 600 years after Christ, after Christianity, and that, well, they have been trying to conquer the world and have been trying to indoctrinate people. They have killed well, you know what? I'm not going to say that. Let me get some facts before we do that. Well, to be honest, let's go ahead and compare. All right, let's take a listen to let's read a couple of different things in here. Let's talk about how bad Christians are. Let's start right there. Okay, here we go. Based on the research on the search results provided, there is no single verifiable number regarding how many people Christians have killed throughout history, as the results focus on the persecution of Christians rather than casualties caused by them. So we really don't even have numbers to really compare, apparently. But historically, martyrs, approximately 70 million Christians are estimated to have been murdered for their faith throughout history. 70 million. It's probably the same on the Muslim side, I think. Modern persecutions, 2023. An estimated 5,621 Christians were killed for faith-related reasons, with roughly 90% of those deaths occurring in Nigeria. This is why President Trump went and bombed the shit out of them, I think. Violence in Africa, over 90%. Okay, we got that. Roughly ongoing violence. Roughly 365 million Christians currently face high levels of persecution and discrimination. BBC notes that historical conflicts such as the Crusades initiated in 1095 were justified as holy wars. I think a lot of government have used Christianity as well to oppress people, and we condemn that, and we will not allow that to happen, not on our watch, not with all the understanding that we have today according to the Bible. We are to condemn those actions for those who are fake Christians, and we're not going to support it. Now, research indicates that Islamist extremist attacks have cost roughly 150,000 to over 249,000 deaths between 1979 and 2024. These militant groups primarily target other Muslims. Isn't that crazy? Sound familiar? With over 90% of victims being Muslim. The majority of these attacks occurred in the Middle East, surprise, Africa, and South Asia. I want you to pay attention to this because it's not just that the Muslims attack Christians. They kill what they call infidel Muslims. And they're going to pay. They're going to pay. Even if they're peaceful, by supporting, you have to understand, by supporting saying that they are peaceful Muslims, the ones that are not peaceful are being exonerated. And we can't have that. So for us Christians, we condemn other bad Christians. For example, there is bishops that are bisexual, LGBTQ in the church. That's a fake Christian. That is an antichrist. Pastors that are gay that say that it's okay to take your children to a drag queen show, that's an antichrist. Those are not real Christians. But we have the freedom of religion in this country, and well, it is still a religion and they get to practice it. But for real Christians, we condemn those Christians. And we will not allow them to continue to spread that sexual perversion everywhere. And so this is one of the battles that we have. This is why we don't support LGBTQ. We love everybody, but we do not support that behavior. It's demonic. Global terror data, one analysis found that 66,872 Islamist terrorist attacks from 1979 to April 2024, resulting in at least 249,941 deaths, according to Vandapol study. Targeting Muslims, research found that 91.2% of the victims of Islamist terrorists are Muslims. You know why? You know why? Because they want to believe. They want to believe. So they make themselves Muslims, which is the wrong religion to accept, by the way. And when they cannot follow through what the actual Muslims do, they get taken out. It is what it is. Regional concentration, 96.7% of these attacks between 1979 and 2024 occurred in North Africa, the Middle East, and South Asia. Africa-focused militant Islamist group violence in Africa has exceeded over 150,000 deaths in the past decade, with recent spikes in the Sahel and Somalia. Of course, who can miss Somalia? Reports the Africa Center for Strategic Studies. The conflict zone deaths separate research from the cost of war project at Brown University indicates that over 940,000 people have been killed by direct war violence in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Yemen, and Pakistan between 2001 and 2023, a total that includes combatants and civilians. You see the difference between the Christian and the Muslim problem? Nothing on the Christian religion says that we killed hundreds of thousands of Christians. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they killed a bunch of Christians. Let's remove this free speech piece of shit out of my chat. Get out of here. You don't believe in free speech. You only believe in free speech when you want to support your cause. You see how you try to block my speech? Free speech? Isn't that hypocritical? Shouldn't I be able to speak what I want to speak if you believe in freedom of speech? You see how that works? Freedom of speech goes both ways, my friend. You can say, and also I can say. Yeah, define what is fascism. Define it. I'm 80% fascist. I'm about 80% fascist. But what are you? You are a true fascist.
That's how it starts. That's what's happening in France. That's what's happening in the UK. And it's inevitable that it will come to the United States unless we change things drastically. Look at all of these girls in Gaza with Arabic in the background. What? Sorry? Oh, this is Texas? What? Not a single Texas flag on the ceiling. Palestinian flags, ooh, they have those like trash. Welcome, ya habibi. Bring some makluba, bring some shakshuka. Come, we eat today and we feast today. Yalla, come. Not to Texas. Come to Texas, yes. My God, this is from Texas, guys. These Muslims in the United States of America are against alcohol, gambling, and pork in a Christian country. Okay? Watch.
And not violate the religion of Islam by selling and distributing products that are against the religion, because we should love what Allah loves and we should hate what Allah hates. This is what we're here for, and little by little, one by one, we're going to be visiting all of the stores in the neighborhood, particularly the inner city neighborhoods where the religion of Islam is ignored, by not violate.
And right now, they're the minority. Just imagine when they are the majority. Oh my God, you're not going to like that at all. Now check this out. This is from...
The thing is, after seeing what the Korean teaches, they leave religion and convert to Christianity or atheism. Jason, when you fought in Iraq, did you ever go to Nineveh? I don't even know how to say that shit. I tried. Yeah, Islam is the definition of fascism. Let's take a listen to what fascism is. Well, the core principles and characteristics of fascism. Let's take a listen. Ultra nationalism, an obsession with national decline, and a quest for revival, often viewing the nation as superior and in need of cleansing. Muslims. Yeah, Muslims. Yeah. Dictatorial leader, a cult of personality surrounds a charismatic, infallible leader who embodies the nation's will. Okay, I can go with that. Anti-liberal, anti-communist. Yes, I am. Fascism rejects liberal democracy, individual rights, and Marxist class struggle, focusing instead on national unity. Yeah, I am. I don't believe in individual rights. I believe everybody has the same rights. If you're American, illegal immigrants don't have rights. Well, they do. They got human rights, but they don't have legal rights. Let's take a look. Violence and militarism. Fascism glorifies war and violence as tools for national advancement and internal purification. That sounds like Muslims. Yeah, Muslims or Antifa, which is short for Antifada. They say anti-fascist, but it's Antifada is what they do. Corporatism. While allowing private property, the state heavily regulates the economy. Wait a minute. Say what? Are you telling me that Democrats are fascist? I love it when people bring words that I want to be able to explain. So corporatism, while allowing private property, the state heavily regulates the economy to ensure it serves national goals, typically outlawing strikes. Well. Thank you for bringing the word fascism, you fascist. Scapegoating. Here we go. Now they got us. Identifying enemies, minorities, foreigners, leftists, as the cause of national problems. Yeah, yeah. That's us. That's us. We blame you guys on the left side. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Guys, I can't hide the truth. The leftists are fascist. I didn't know. I didn't think I would use that word, but it is. Under fascism, the state is supreme and totalitarian. Well, you know, here in Washington State, I will tell you that Bob Ferguson, the governor, and his goons, meaning all the Democrats in the House, have decided not to let the people vote on a state income tax, but rather send it straight to the floor, which is unconstitutional, and they got away with it. No, you're not welcome here, bro. I don't know why you even came by. I don't need you in here. I don't need you to bring in your negativity. Get the hell off. And they have been putting taxes on the businesses. People are fleeing. They feel their rights are being just trampled on. Is that a word, trampled? Trampled? Trampled. Trampled, I think, is the word. They attack our First Amendment right, our Second Amendment right. They try to excuse it with the Fourth Amendment right. They are unconstitutional by defending illegal immigrants and not serving American citizens. The leader acts as the supreme, unquestioned figure who drives the nation towards its mythical rebirth, often using popular mobilization to maintain control. Man, who does that? Oh, that's right, Democrats. All right, brother. Let me open the line here real quick. All right. You can go ahead and call. I love it when people, you know, they come in and they try to bring all these words that they don't even understand. And they, you know, it's crazy, right? They have this No Kings protest and they believe the law is king. But then they are the ones making the law. Bob Ferguson here. No, I'm not. I mean, I am legal. Bob Ferguson here and the Democrats who are in the House, they're the majority here in Washington. They want to, they're unconstitutionally passed a tax. The people got to vote. They passed it. They want to remove the sheriff and put whoever they want. But that's not how it works. We vote who we want to be sheriff. Most people don't even know who the hell it is, but we get to vote. And then we get to say where the funds are allocated, but they hide it. And once it goes to an NGO, they don't have to be liable for it. Thus, we have a lot of fraud with daycares, hospices. You know the whole thing, Nick Shirley. That's right. This is how they fund all this money. They money laundry through. Go ahead, Dosito, you can call. What you want to say?
Becca. Oh, sorry guys. This is from Texas as well. My bad.
What's crazy is that most of these Muslims that you see in here, they're more afraid for their lives and their families, and this is why they join.
Another angle.
These guys suck. They got to do it harder. These are not real Muslims. Real Muslims do it really hard.
So weird seeing symbols of democracy, symbols of Western liberties, and then seeing this ideology that doesn't belong in the United States. It belongs in the Middle East, or doesn't belong at all anywhere.
For us Muslims living in Western democracies, in the liberal secular democracies we find ourselves, we hope the world embraces Islam. We hope our lands embrace Islam and implement the Sharia of Allah. Yes, and I'll publicly say this.
Jihad is a legitimate term. It's a noble term. We shouldn't be ashamed of it. Our Prophet ﷺ said, fight the pagans, fight the kuffar with your tongue, with your pens, and with your hands. There's times and places for different types of jihad.
We know that if we were to do this from 0 to 100, the people are going to say, we're not going to have this type. Look.
You're on live with the Dennis Herrera show. Who's calling? I know who you are, bro. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you, man. You know I got to make a joke. After crying like a little biatch, I had to make some jokes.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, nah, it's just horrible. I think a true, strong leader doesn't show that weakness, but, you know, it is what it is.
No, that's false. That's false. It takes a real man for him to shed tears. A real man.
I appreciate you.
The shit that we grew up on, you know, like where our fathers told, don't cry, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Sometimes a real man has to shed some tears, you know?
Yeah.
Even if it's in public or if it's in private, we do shed our own tears, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, what do you
I miss you, man.
I know, I miss you too, man. I know you're busy with your brother. Hey, keep helping him, man. I commend you for that. Hey, I only got a month and a half, bro. A month and a half before we put the name on the in the hat. Hey, good news, bro. Let me give you some good news, Dosito. There is a guy. His name is Eric Lundberg. Okay? This guy fights with law, interprets bills, etc. Real strong American, family-oriented man. Has accepted me on Facebook as friends, and look what he says to me. I will show what he says to me. I told him, I said, hey, thank you, Eric, for accepting my friend request. I said, you have a beautiful American family. You are a man of laws and wisdom, and I hope that we can team up and round up more Americans to make the change in Washington State. He said, I'm in, ! And I said to him, you are a general, my friend. And I said, I love your voice for the people, and I will push it even farther with God's help. He says, our voice, bro. I said, you know what? You inspired me to run, just so that you know. You gave me hope. And he says, stronger together. This is what he messaged me. Isn't that awesome, dude?
That's awesome, man. Those are the most amazing words to hear from somebody that's in that type of field, man.
He's in the house. He's in the house, and then his friend also. Let me look him up here real quick.
As I told you, man, if you use your realness, the way that you are on here, and you show them who you really are and the realness of you, dude, you'll win with flying colors. That's what Americans like to see. They want to see the real heart of Dennis. They want to see who's the real Dennis.
Well, I hope I'm not going out there and campaigning and start crying in the behind the podium. That's not what we want. We want to also show some strength.
But you know what? But you know what though? Even if they do see that part of you, that's that realness that you can't get away from. That's like the realest of the realest that you can get. Look at Trump. Trump got emotional with those kids. Trump got emotional on the stage when he was kissing the statue, or I think it was during his campaign. One of his campaigns, he
he kissed a statue, or he brought a whole bunch of people on stage. I can't remember what it was, but he got really emotional. Even after he got shot, he
Yeah.
got very, very emotional.
Yeah.
And you could tell on one of his speeches right after that he got shot, the next time at the, I think the Republican National Convention, he got very, very emotional.
Yeah. Yeah, it changed him.
You know what I mean? I mean, dude, Dennis, like, you got this. I'm telling you. You really do got this. I wouldn't let any of these pieces of shit on here, these motherfuckers, the way that they're black hearts. I've never seen so much black hearts in my life.
Yeah.
Than in that chat. Like,
It's crazy, right? It's unbelievable. We didn't think that this was going to happen in our country.
I swear to God, you're absolutely right. But see, us foreigners, like I was telling you,
Yeah.
us foreigners, we have a heart. We have these hearts that, you know, we've seen some shit in front of us that no other person can survive,
Yeah.
even if they seen it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, in the barrio where you were at, in the barrio, you seen your best friends getting, you know,
Chopped up.
killed, chopped up, and put inside of a
Garbage bag.
Put inside of a garbage bag, delivered at their front doorstep.
Yeah.
Okay, which motherfucker has that type of sick mind to do that here in America?
They're
They don't.
demons,
They're
man.
sissies.
They're demons, bro.
There's, you know, there's like I call them over here. They're real sissies. They are real sissies. They're not men. They're not men of honor. If they were half of a man of an honor, they would have the decency of having some respect when they come into your chat. If you took this 20, 30 years ago and we had the same platform and we had YouTube and we had that, you wouldn't have them talking to you like this. It was just within the last 15, 20 years that it changed because of this I'm sorry, I don't want to cuss. Because of this of the retard president that we had, Obama. He's the one who created this whole shit. He's the one who created the separation and the division between people.
Yeah, I believe that as well.
You got his wife saying that she was the press in the White House. You fuck. No, I don't want to say it. But you know what? You retard. You're living in the fucking White House and you're sitting there saying that you're oppressed.
Yeah,
What are you oppressed of?
that was Michael Obama that said that. I mean, Michelle Obama. Sorry, Michelle Obama.
Michael Robinson. I call him Michael Robinson.
Yeah.
I mean, look. People really want to see who Michelle Obama really is. Go watch the Ellen DeGeneres of her dancing, and then look at her pants with flopping left and right.
I watched that one, but I think that one was AI. They AI, yeah, they AI that package. I saw two videos of it, and one of them doesn't have it. Yeah, I saw it, but you know, regardless, you know, there's other.
I watched it live.
Hey, just let him be Mike. I mean, let him be Michelle, bro. Let them have it. Let them have it. They're the ones that started introducing this whole LGBTQ. I know. But let them have that piece. Let's pretend that she is a woman, even though we don't know where these children were born and they were just grown by the time they got them. But, you know, whatever. We're just going to ignore that.
How about this whole Muslim thing? If people really knew the type of people these people really are, my family left Iraq from persecution because of these people. They really don't know. Like, okay, here, let me give you an example. Dennis, you're living a successful life. You own three, four companies. If they find out that you're making a certain amount, or they find out that you're making money, and I mean real money, they'll come and burn your whole company down.
Yeah.
They'll take it over.
Yep.
They'll come and take it over and tell you, hey, you own nothing, you are nothing, and you're going to stay with nothing. If you have anything to say about it, go talk to the government. Let's see what they're going to do for you.
Hey, this is Travis Couture here for the State House, 35th District, Position 2R. He has been doing a phenomenal job in the House, fighting for us Washingtonians here, but unfortunately, we have the minority. We want to re-elect him and let him fight and continue to fight the way he has been fighting as a lion with Londrick. I really, really believe that that this guy did a tremendous job, and he has these 4 points that he is pushing on. He is for public safety. Travis is tough on rising crime and reverse laws that made our community vulnerable by restoring police pursuits and penalties for possession of hard drugs. For affordability, he voted to ban a state income tax. That was unconstitutional. He voted against it. They don't believe in it. And he increased property tax relief for seniors and veterans. They can't win against the majority of Democrats, but they were able to find some ways to help some people. And then we have education. Travis opposes unfunded mandates that crush school budgets and supports policies that focus strengthening the core skills comprehension, safety, and school choice. He voted to enact the Parents' Bill of Rights and to fully fund the special education. Absolutely. Constitutional rights. Following the Constitution is Travis's top priority. He will always defend your rights and freedoms, and he vigorously opposes attacks on our Second Amendment and property rights. 100% I am witness. I have heard him arguing. I have heard him fighting. And he does that with Eric Lundberg. And you know what's amazing? That this is the same people that God is bringing into my life. And yes, all these people make fun of me crying, saying like alligator gears, but alligator tears. But let me tell you something. It is overwhelming to see how much you fight to help people, and they don't want it. They want destruction and chaos and disorder and rebelliousness. They don't want peace. They lie about the Constitution. They lie about all their criminal activities, and they get away with it over and over and over again. And you know that the deep state with the Democrats is very deep. We are they're almost untouchable. But you know what? I want more people like Travis Couture, I hope I say his name right, to stand up. I need not Democrats or Republicans. If you happen to be a Republican, we're going to follow the policies that we have in place. You got 4 policies that he is with and still supports. I need people like Travis Couture to run for Senate, to run for Congress. As you heard the Democrats today, the only king we have here is legislature, the law. And we need to change it for the better of Washingtonians. If we can make a difference here in Washington, it will cause, I believe, a domino effect. And this is why Satan has been sending all these demons to come over here and try to break me down. But all of you angels of God, all you messengers have come in here and give me words of encouragement, like Tanya and all of you guys, especially you, Dosito, with your kind words on my text. I appreciate that. Everybody, Jason, all of the blues and greens on my chat, right on 7, all of you Christians that pray for my soul, that pray for my heart, that pray for my body. I appreciate that, because when Satan sends his demons to attack me, God always sends his angels to protect me. And I appreciate every single one of you, man. God bless you guys. You know, I don't want to make websites. I don't know. Is it okay to start collecting donations without actually being official? Does anybody know the rules on that? Because if it is, I will pay for the website, and then I'll open up an account specifically for, taking donations so that we can start preparing for the campaign. I don't know if that's possible.
I think you could. I'll find out for you.
Yeah, I'll appreciate it.
More
yeah, I appreciate it.
Tonight, and then I'll text you.
All right.
But,
thank you.
Like people like me, Jason Martin, Beatrice, Tanya, Coyote.
Yeah, man,
Bernie,
Brian, Fishy.
Let's see, Brian, Robert. We all love you, and more of the members and the people that come here every single day to your page. Man, those are the people that really love you.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate
they
it.
really, really They really want you to succeed. They really want, people like us really want you to see, do good and be the governor that we know that you can be. We know your heart. We know what you're about. We know you're all about, truth and not lies, like how some of these libtards think that, they want to play.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny. These people, they call us fucking fascists, but then they're sitting here siding with communism and wanting to be communists. And motherfuckers, you sons of bitches, you dumb retards. You're calling us fascists, and then you guys want to be communists?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's the truth. That's what they chose. They chose the new socialist democrat, which is based on Marxism, communism, and socialism. That's what they chose, and they're no longer Democrats. And this is what I really want to point across. Everything that these guys stand for, like Travis and Eric Lundberg, they stand for the rights of the people. They respect the Constitution of Washington State, but they also know that the United States of America's Constitution overrides the state constitution. That's just how it goes, especially when it comes to federal law. And, immigration falls under that. And any state or city that has a sanctuary for illegal immigrants is unconstitutional. They're breaking the Constitution and they're breaking the law. They're harboring criminals, so to speak. We can stand for that.
The Nazis. They were the first ones to come up with this. Let's blame the other side for what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So they want to call us fascists. They want to call us this. They want to call us that. But in all reality, that's who they really are. That's who they really are. They're the fascists. They're the communists. They're the ones that are fucked. Oh my God. Now I can go on for days about these people. And you know what? When I was, I was an idiot. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I was an idiot. I let the school put some shit into my head when growing up in high school and all that. So yeah, I was a Democrat. But then once my dad sat there and told me, watch out for this. Watch out for this. Look what they're doing. Look what they say. Look how they do. And then make a decision for yourself. And then I started doing that. And
Yeah.
dude, if I tell you, I went up to my dad one day and I started crying. I was 21 years old. 21 years old when I made the flip and I started becoming a Republican. And I said, I'm sorry. He's like, hey, it takes a real man to admit when he's wrong. It takes a real man, to shed the tears that you're shedding. And don't take it as you betrayed me or anything like that. But you know what? You learn for yourself. And this is what I want you to do.
I appreciate that. My father died when I was 4, so
I am so sorry for that.
I wish he was alive. He was a good man. My mom said he was a great man. So
100%. Look who we raised.
well, I'm his seed for sure.
But look at his offspring of what he created.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of you being the most God-righteous person. I mean, it's so loving when I come onto your page and I come and I see you talking and I see you speaking. I am going to be gone for a little bit, but you know what? I want to help my brother. He's been struggling for a long time. He's never ever told me that he was struggling, and my brother and my sister have taken advantage of him, and I don't speak to my brother and sister, so that's the reason. And I know who they are and what they're about, and it's kind of messed up, Dennis. I swear. It really is. I mean, to see the little one struggling while you guys were succeeding, and I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And I'm the second. I'm the one. So after me, he's the baby.
Yeah.
So I can't let that happen.
He's your Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know what? And that's how I would be with my little brother as well, brother. That's how I would be as well.
100%. Because if I can't get along with my brother and my sister, at least I can get along with my little brother. At least I could depend on him and rely on him anything that I need.
Yeah.
Because, Dennis, one thing that my father taught us, and, those two, they didn't really believe in that type, is if if you can't rely on your family, who the hell can you rely on? Who is there out there? Who's out there? Like, let's face it. Your friends are not going to be there for you. Your aunts and uncles are not going to be there for you. Your grandmother and grandfather, yeah, maybe they'll be there for you. But let's be honest. If your brother and your sister are not going to be there for you, who the hell are you going to rely on?
Right. Yeah.
You know, like, you know, it was almost like a thing that I heard. You know, one day we were all sitting at the table and we all asked my dad, "Hey, who's smarter? Who's the smartest one out of all of your brothers and sisters?" He's like, "Oh, we're all smart. We're all smart." And we're like, "Dad, listen, we all know who's the smartest one out of all of you guys. Just stop playing, you know, like, oh, let me defend all of them, and just cut to the chase. Who's the smartest one?" He's like to me, "Listen here, I don't live by your little American ways where you're gonna sit here and this one's stupid, this one is dumb, this one is this one is that. We all stick together. This is the country that I come from, where we all stick together."
Yeah.
See, when we came here to America, that's what fucked everything up, he said. He said, that's what fucked up the American family. He's like, that's what fucks up the whole family. Because everybody's out for everybody else. Nobody wants to sit there and stick together. But then if you start to see the Chinese, the Indians, those are the two who stick together. And then when they band out together, like when they band out by themselves, each one has 10, 15 million to their names.
That's a good start, I say. You know, here I'm gonna share a story for you here real quick, and I've always been against it, but it's a truth story. Lucky for us, my whole family, they're all legal and everything. But when my father died, I was 4 years old. I was always told that the house and everything, my father always used to talk, and that all that stuff was mine, right? That was my inheritance. That was the gift from my father to me since I was the youngest, and that everybody else had benefited from my father's wealth, that the last one should receive the inheritance because everybody else got what they got. And, when I first came to this country, I was forced to sign this paper to allow them to sell my property, my house. All five of us had to sign on it. And, it's five of us, brothers and sisters. And, they made me sign this when I was 14. And, they told me this story. And I said, okay, but I didn't know what that would entitle. I'm 14 years old. I don't know what the hell's going on. And they sold my inheritance. Didn't get 1 cent for it. Nothing was given to me till this day. I have no inheritance. And coming from, having land and property and all this other stuff, those who are members that have seen my videos from Honduras, when I was traveling down there, they've seen the property. Might not be a big deal for many, but for me, it was huge. That's worth a lot of money today. But that's one of those things to where even that was stolen from me when I was a kid. And I will share this prophecy, and maybe I shouldn't. You know what? I'm gonna do a members only, and I will share a prophecy that was given to me with you guys, and then I will ask you guys to pray for me because I don't know when this is going to happen, but I will share a prophecy that's been given to me multiple times by different people in the church and different prophets, even though a lot of people think there's no more prophets, but when God wants to deliver a message, man, he delivers a message in any way he wants. And I see some of it going through, I see some of it coming through, and I would love to share that with you guys. But I'll do that on the next Members Live, and I will go ahead and tell you guys. But anywhere else, what else do you have for the chat today?
Not too much, man. Just to see how you're doing, and hope that you're doing well, and continue with your life. I don't want to hold anything up.
Yeah.
That's what you have to say. I hope you have a good night.
Yeah.
I love you, Dennis.
I love you too,
Always
man.
here for you. Anytime you ever need me. Always. I'm always a phone call away.
Appreciate you. Gotcha, man.
Anytime, brother.
All right.
Love
have a good night, bro.
you too, brother.
That one of the things that that I've noticed it's that we're getting attacked by many different ways. And I shared this with the members before, It's that there's a lot of trolls that come in here. And just so you know, and the way that they do this, it's they come on and they don't support me, obviously, right? They just come here to troll. They come on. Here, hold on. And there is, where was it? So there's like a little menu thing, 3 buttons up in the top, I think it is, and you click on that. And what the trolls do is they click on that, and they have, view description. They can hit like, dislike, share, report. A lot of them report bad things about me. And then they give feedback. And the feedback is, don't recommend this channel. And so when you guys are chatting with me and, hitting like and all that stuff, that's the reason why we say that. Hit the like button and all that, because it promotes the channel. But a lot of the trolls know that, and they say to not recommend the video. It is what it is. When we were getting started, we had 1,000 people on the chat, and I got, a lot of subscribers on my lives. And it just seems now that the trolls that come in, it's like they start saying some like really nasty stuff on there. Some are either being, racist or whatever. And, well, you got to block them. You got to send them away. We're not going to put up with all that stuff. So it is what it is. I don't know what else I can do to make it better for you guys. All I know is that I don't push the numbers. I don't make the algorithm do what it's supposed to do. I know how to advertise on here on YouTube and all this other stuff, but I can't control the algorithm or what trolls are doing. And let's remember, guys, you might have one account, but they have multiples and multiple accounts. And every single one of those accounts is a negative dart against anybody that doesn't agree with them. I will tell you this. Have a good night, David. I will tell you this. If I turn this channel into a leftist channel and I start talking negative about President Trump, I will become very, very famous very quick. Because I think I'm better than the libtards that are lying, but they get more support. Let's face it. Conservatives, they go protest, but they don't pay people to protest. The leftists, they get paid to protest. Some of them follow the lead. But we also know that we have millions of illegal immigrants that will back up Democrats. Maybe we should promise legal status to all illegal immigrants that vote for me. And let's see how that goes. And we should use the rules that they use. Mail-in voting. I can join a Democrat party. I mean, they have to accept me. I can run as a fake Democrat like they do. They run as a fake Republican, and they say it. They say it out in the public because they don't care. And conservatives, we're not as loud as they are. Well, so far. Just wait until I start campaigning in public. I know God is going to be with me. I know God is going to be with me. Yeah, reverse psychology. That is correct. Just like when Trump says, don't take Tylenol. It's bad for you. Pregnant women eating all the Tylenols, poisoning themselves and their children. That's crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, we're going to unleash. We're going to unleash. I gotta schedule a bunch of meetings with people that are leads in their groups. And then we'll start talking strategies. We need to get the majority in the House. We need to stop supporting these activist libtards that come into office and they just don't know how to lead. They just know how to lie. And that's not what we want. We want the American people to have their freedom and their rights respected and protected. We don't need to have any activists go out there and protest every single thing that happens here. You know what's crazy is when you have illegal immigrants. Like seriously, they are out there with a sign saying, "I am undocumented." So what? And they are yelling up the top of their lungs for rights that belongs to the American citizens, and the government caves. The government caves. Anyways, let's see. Why don't we do something we haven't done for a while? Let's take a look. Where's the crime chef? I think we got to look at the crime chef. What's going on here? This guy's still alive or what? Let's see. Here we got a clip from anti-ICE mobs clash with ICE at the airport. What? I didn't hear this. All right, let's take a listen.
Yeah, ICE up here getting paid. TSA ain't. They over here mad. They tripping. They got attitude.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then these video clips are worth 1 billion. The fatigue is real. And legal immigrants are praising ICE for their service. Welcome to Crime Chef, where we show real, unedited footage the media will never show you.
Bro, I need to go to the airport. I need to go take a selfie with these guys. I totally forgot about that. You know what? I gotta make an effort. I hope that they're over here at the airport in SeaTac. I need to go over there and get a selfie with these guys. Oh my gosh, what a great idea. Remind me, if I go live tomorrow, remind me. Dennis, did you go to the airport? Hopefully I do.
If you've ever spent time in the main part of Atlanta, then this video will not be surprising to you at all. That's all I can say.
Damn, that's catchy. That is catchy. I gotta give him that. We got the worst education in the world. But somehow, they still got time to come in and protest. These little rugrats. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
They don't actually care about or even know what they are supporting. They simply enjoy causing chaos.
Very nice. Yeah. You got vodka in there? I wish. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
You're happy with ICE?
Yes.
Every non-brainwashed person is extremely happy with ICE.
Okay.
I like that. I'm happy for the ICE. Thank you for the service.
There we have ICE agents at the airport checking bags. I can tell you I would much rather them do this than execute people in Minneapolis, that's for sure.
Don't impede ICE while carrying a gun, and you have a 0% chance of being shot.
Let them.
What's that, Karin? I remember that in Hollywood, they pay for actors in their theme parks just like Disney does. And the protesters are no different. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, they can't even act. They can't even act. Real Fishy is leaving? Oh. Have a good night, brother. Thank you for stopping by, my man. Appreciate you.
Check bags, let them check ID. I'm all for it. I don't have a problem with it. I'd rather see them here than in Minneapolis. executing innocent people, that's for sure. But I will say this, the lines are very low, so these ICE agents are, I guess it's working. I can't say it's not working, but I'd much rather them do this than do what they were doing in Minneapolis, that's for sure. I wouldn't say I'd give...
This guy is an idiot. Like he's really talking like ICE is just out there rampantly just shooting all kinds of people. Come on.
This guy a $50,000 bonus. But I don't really have a problem with this, I'll be honest with you. I don't think they're going to harm innocent people by doing this, so I don't have a problem with it. Something that the Trump administration...
Remember $35 to shovel snow? That was a nice gig right there. But you had to show 2 pieces of ID, though.
Administration has done that I don't have a problem with right here. Easy peasy through the Phoenix airport. No lines. Thank you, ICE.
Ooh, they got ice in this motherfucker. There ain't no TSA.
They seem to be a lot better at this job than the average TSA agent.
They nearly got guns and badges and shit. Pistols and shit over here.
Now I will say this, guys. Let's not be naive. Let's not be naive. The lines are smaller, but I think it's because illegal immigrants know that they will get caught at the airport. I say we leave ICE, to be honest. I say we leave ICE at the airport. What do you guys think?
Ooh, yeah, TSA, huh? Ain't no TSA, that's motherfucking ICE. What's up, bro?
Results.
Well, you ain't no, you ICE, huh? Ain't no TSA around here. How y'all doing? Good, yourself? Let's see right here. Yep.
Great job. All right, cool. Have a seat, Plank.
Thank you.
Okay, I get to sit just right. Are you good?
Just imagine if you're an illegal immigrant and you're like, shit, ICE is all over the airport. I ain't going there. I am not going to the airport. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's a lot of money, though. That's a lot of money the airlines are not going to be getting. But I can almost guarantee you that illegal immigrants are not going to the airport while ICE is there. And I really believe that ICE should stay at the airport. I think it's probably the most brilliant idea that we have gotten. TSA, I'm sorry, but you don't have the power. You don't have the power. ICE, baby.
Look at my carry-on shit.
I hope they put ICE at the polling stations, and I want to take some selfies too.
Man, you know what I asked that lady? Look at my carry-on. Hey, these go so crazy. I swear for God. I got the extra nutty thing right there with the old school tutu. Well, look. I just asked that lady over there, the TSA lady. The lady asked her, "How's she doing?" She said, "I'm doing." This is what the TSA lady told the other lady. She said, "Oh, you ain't heard?" I said, "I'm looking." She said, "Yeah, they getting paid and we ain't."
Wait, did they let him take all that candy? Interesting.
ICE over here getting paid. TSA ain't. They tripping. They funky. They got attitude down here. All type of shit. Put in my pocket and we going on my business. Yeah, ICE up here getting paid. TSA ain't. They over here mad. They tripping. They got attitude. They liable to stick a, make you bend and cough in this motherfucker. The way they feeling. Shit. Let me get myself together.
The Interfaith Airport Shop.
I'm not sure what type of ritual this is. Please let me know in the comments. If you're looking to work in roofing, then some new jobs just opened up. Link below.
Nos cayó la pinche ley, valió madre. Nos rodearon.
I did vote for Mr. Trump. Deporting the criminals is a great policy.
Agreed.
These foundations are poured, ready to go, and we can't even start the construction on them. But we voted for the American dream, and unfortunately, right now, we're not seeing that.
Because we aren't even deporting 1/1000th of the amount of illegals that we should be. It's ridiculous.
For months, federal agents have been sweeping up workers at construction sites in South Texas.
ICE has raided us anywhere between 10 to 15 times throughout different subdivisions.
Now, work sites across the Rio Grande Valley have ground to a halt. And that's got some Trump supporters in this midterm battleground changing their minds.
These people would just show up to our job sites with no warrants, taking all our workers, even the workers with proper documentation.
You built a business on illegal labor. Sympathy will not be given.
Many who work in the construction industry here told us they largely rely on immigrant workers, some of whom are undocumented. DHS did not respond to the Times' request for comment, but in a previous statement, it said these raids protect the nation's workforce.
I've supported Mr. Trump in every election that he's been a part of. We just never thought that this would come and affect us in the construction industry, but most importantly, affect our economy here in South Texas.
Then I question your intelligence.
We are seeing a reduction of almost 60% of our volume on the residential side of our business. We applied for bankruptcy in December.
We saw a drop in sales of about $5.3 million. For 40 years, we had never laid anybody off, and until this happened, we were forced to.
And beyond construction, local businesses say fear is keeping shoppers at home.
And there's been a lot of loss of sales because of that. It killed us this year.
Construction is one of the main pillars to the economy here. Everybody's hurting.
In the Rio Grande Valley, two of President Trump's top priorities, the economy and mass deportation, are colliding as ICE raids upend the construction industry. And at a parade along the U.S.-Mexico border, Democrats are trying to capitalize on voters' frustration.
As all Democrats do.
The economic implications are huge. People who voted for Trump are no longer doing it because they can't afford to do it anymore.
For decades, the Rio Grande Valley, where more than 80% of the population is Latino, reliably voted for Democrats. Then in 2024, voters here swung further toward President Trump than almost anywhere else in the country.
You know, I think Democrats stopped showing up here. They took this community for granted, and so when Republican politicians showed up and made big promises, people took a chance. A year later, we're seeing those promises weren't kept.
So we were going to build 196 apartments here in a year, but because of all the ICE raids and all the enforcements that we've been seeing, it's going to take us 3 years now to go ahead and finish this development.
County property records show these slowdowns have spread throughout the industry.
Yeah, that's a good point. But we remember that video that we watched of that Democrat say that she was running as a fake Republican. They don't even hide it. They don't even hide it, and then they get elected. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But they don't hide it, bro.
As banks that lend to home builders report fewer transactions.
We were seeing certain banks that did that kind of lending suddenly have much slower activity. Those numbers were declining about 30 to 40%. We weren't sure why exactly. And I started asking some of these lenders, what is going on? We found out that they were struggling to keep their people on the jobs because of ICE.
In February, Mario requested a meeting with ICE through his...
But, you know, the thing that you have to keep in mind there, Güero, is like, I get it, bro. But that's the thing, you know, like, that's how Democrats have been, you know, from the beginning. The reason why they supported slavery is because that's how they got their profit. That's how they got their farms going. That's how the cotton got picked. They supported slavery because of the benefit that they got with money. I get it. But today, that's not the same thing. Right now, they're using illegal immigrants. But what breaks businesses is this whole high regulation, and that causes a lot of high prices for labor. They are forced to pay. If you pay L&I, if you have an employee, I don't know how it is in your state, if you have an employee and you pay them $16 an hour, you have to also pay L&I $16 an hour. So you're paying twice for one employee instead of that employee getting better pay. You gotta have health insurance. You gotta have insurance for your business. You got a high cost pay for doing business. You got excise tax. You got gains tax. You have all these other taxes that get put on a lot of businesses and their citizens as well, that they make it impossible. But they don't see that. And so because they can't fix, or they don't want to reverse or get a tax reset, because they don't want to do that, they keep allowing illegal immigrants to come into this country, and they don't care if they're committing crimes. They don't care if an illegal immigrant has a DUI. They don't care if a state patrol gets killed by a DUI illegal immigrant who is a repeated offender. They don't care. They let them out, and I just don't understand this mentality of sacrificing the well-being and the safety of others and just allowing illegal immigrants to come in. I just don't understand why. Where's the mentality of these people?
His congressional representatives. He went to Washington, D.C. with a few other builders and pleaded with them to ease up on job sites in South Texas.
They basically told us that if a construction site is not fenced in, it's considered public property, and that's why they don't have to show a warrant. So we started fencing in all our properties.
He said that after the meeting, ICE activity at job sites did decline, but the damage had already been done.
I hope they realize that this is really, really affecting us, and it's affecting the way that we feel towards the administration.
So, with that being said, what can we do? What can we do? Should we be okay to hire illegal immigrants? I really would like to know why there is no Americans working on these good paying jobs. Do you know how much money you make as a contractor? That's right. I am a migrant. I have done all these jobs. Do you know how much money you can make on a project just to come and do the sheetrock? Let me tell you. I work with this Mexican crew. Now, mind you, interestingly enough, I speak English. I'm legal. I'm a resident. I speak English and Spanish. I get paid $100 a day. 120 because I was very good. And we had to finish the job in 1 to 2 days. 3 of us, sometimes 4. The job paid $20,000. A resident alien, legal, making $120 a day, and the contractor being an illegal Mexican gets paid for the job $20,000. By the time he got done paying us, $12,000. He just made $8,000, $8,000 to $10,000 in his pocket. Illegal immigrant. Yeah, Mayra, you're right. There's hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants in the churches. You're right. You are right. But it's not my job to call ICE on them. They know who to go to. They know who to go for. If they really wanted to, they could get a warrant from a judge and go into the massive Spanish churches that we have here where most illegal immigrants go to. But that's not who we are. They want the ones that are criminals, the ones that are in jail, and then anybody else that they happen to catch on the way. You see what I'm saying? So we're not going to wish them evil. We're not going to go ahead and do that. No, not by any means. But that is the truth. That is what happens. Man, today was weird. Today was very weird. Hey, thank you guys for being with me. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your support. I won't forget this. Thank you for everything. I really mean it. God bless you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you. You have no idea. I got no words. I have no words. You guys are amazing. You really are. Hey, let's hope that God gives us something. Thank you, Güero. Let's hope that God gives us something to celebrate very soon. We're going to prove to these libtards how it gets done the right way. They hate me. They're against me. But I'm going to kill them with kindness. God help me. God help us all. Woo! Tanya, love you, sis. God bless you all, man.